Hey, people. I'm already laughing.
He's breaking down already. We haven't started with the comedy.
Alan, I'm sorry.
No,
what Alan do? I missed it.
I didn't do anything.
No.
Oh, you fucking up already?
No, Nick's fucking up.
No, because I told him, hey man, the show's fucking up. And he's like, okay, let me go tell the chat. Sorry, chat. Blah, 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 blah. And it's working. We can see it on the thing, like it's literally saying, like, hey guys, like we're here, blah, blah, blah. So, but I appreciate you going in there and apologizing for me. I don't know what the fuck happened, Alan, okay? But you're a trooper. I really appreciate you even attempting. Anyways.
True VIP.
It was just so great because I can hear him going, man, fuck you.
Because again, you have business mode, Alan.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it though. People, yeah, thank you for watching on Facebook. Thank you for YouTube. Thank you for Twitch. Oh my God, we're on every fucking thing here. Ganja, how you doing, man? Haven't talked to you all day.
I'm doing fine, doing great, feeling gay. All that
gay.
Well, he finally came out.
Yeah, well, that's totally awesome.
I mean, in terms of happiness, I know you guys don't understand the dictionary and like terminologies, but
you put the dick in dictionary. But what were you gonna say, Alan? You're gonna take dick or something? What were you gonna say?
That's actually way better than anything I was gonna say. So.
By the way, I've noticed actually, you've been wearing a lot of blue lately. Have you stopped the whole like this shirt's for this show type thing, or?
No. I'm actually specifically wearing this because I wore this once for the first time we ever did the Unnecessary Gaming Show, and it just kind of stuck. And then I'm wearing a black shirt underneath in case we end up actually reviewing something unlike yesterday.
Oh, yeah, nice. No, yeah, okay, so yesterday, goddamn, dude. I like how every fuck up that's going to be happening today is all because of me. So I forgot to pay my fucking internet bill. And I know I could have made a lie right now and said, oh, that didn't happen. Oh,
I would have lied my ass off.
Exactly.
We just said, hey, people asked. I just said internet issues, so I guess I was right.
Yeah, no, that's true. But, like, it was also payment issues because I just don't know how to look at my fucking phone and say, okay, phone, you said to do this fucking thing, so I'll do it. It's like, no, I didn't do it. Cox did, and yes, they are called Cox. You guys probably have it called Xfinity or some shit.
You a big old Cox last night.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, dude, like I was willing to do whatever the fuck I could do to get that shit back on. So, my mouth is sore.
I stuck your modem cord.
But the thing is, though, everything got back on. Everything's cool. But it was my fault, so sorry about that, guys. But yeah, hopefully that won't happen again, at least for another month, because then I'm homeless and it fucking sucks. Yeah, I know everything was so cool too. We were fucking just chilling, shooting the shit. Alan was being wrong about Pokemon yet again.
Nah, man, I was having the best. Everyone was captivated by my incredible opinion on Pokemon, and then the stream died.
If you're a fan
you don't even believe that.
Yeah,
you're right. I don't believe that, but it was still during my opinion, so I'm not taking it. Yeah, it's probably my fault.
So, in other words, it's a good thing that the show went off.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing, though. It's like, we will talk about Pokemon again later on today, but I do apologize if we do kind of go over the same shit we already said, because I don't remember where it cut off last night, so it's like, I would rather us talk more about, like, Detective Pikachu as well as just Pokemon in general. Because, yeah, I guess it was Poke Day. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, but yesterday was Pokemon Day or something.
That's probably why they had the 7-minute direct.
Yeah, which is, I mean, honestly, it's like, now you're just putting direct on shit that doesn't fit.
Well, but that's what I was saying earlier, because I know people, the last direct, I think it was people expecting, a bunch of other shit. I'm like, they have a direct at least once a month. If one direct sucks, the next direct's going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll see what happens. I didn't even know there was a Pokemon Day, but we'll talk about that later on, too. We're also talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC coming out. We're also talking about Anthem, whoop-de-whoop. And then I think we're talking about something else, but I forgot what the fuck that was, but it was okay, because obviously, if I can't remember it, it probably wasn't that fucking interesting in the first place. But we will make it interesting. Mr. Ganja Guru, yesterday you brought up this thing about the fucking rules, and we didn't do them. What happened with that?
We didn't.
Yeah.
I think it was because we really didn't have anyone to come hang out with us because we're lonely motherfuckers, and y'all forgot that you could come join the show and actually hang out with us. I don't know why they turned to just straight up listeners and stalkers. It's kind of weird. It's kind of creepy.
I locked the door so they can't get in.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense. You know what's funny, too, is that we had the rabbit going on as well, and people would try to come on during the show, and it would completely interrupt the whole fucking flow.
I'm just picturing, like, an MCA bar, and, like, I finally unlocked the door because, like, Jed is finally giving me the key, and I just open it as, like, a bunch of people that are just dead by the door and shit, and one dude's, like, holding, like, a doggy dish.
Yeah, why would they be holding a doggy dish?
That's a horrifying image. Why are you laughing?
Hey, man, I did a lot of mushrooms as a kid. I don't know.
Yeah,
that does not answer that question.
Are you on mushrooms now?
I mean, do you want me to?
Or do I want you to admit it on a live stream? No, I don't. I guess you can answer that to me later on.
I mean, I'm seeing dragons and shit, but I think I'm keeping calm enough that I can actually do these rules.
No, but here's the thing. Yeah, so we're going to do the rules, but I just realized something, too. We're not in a fucking rabbit. I just opened up the rabbit right now. You can get in when you guys want to.
Bust that rabbit wide open, baby.
Yeah, I'm actually going to send you a link right now in our fucking little Hangouts area. Jet's posting some weird shit, too. Man, Jet, why are you posting weird shit during the fucking show? I'm going to show you guys what she sent. By the way.
Oh God, I want to see that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. People, this is what Jet sends us randomly. It's a fuck. This dog, that smile is some sinister shit. That is fucking uncomfortable.
At least that's an animal. I'm in fucking class once, and I have my fucking tablet up, and I'm just texting the fucking group chat right before the fucking thing starts. Jet has a picture of a fucking foot, like a really weird deformed fucking foot. So half my fucking screen is just this weird ass fucking foot. You better take that chat off. She's gonna do the same shit twice.
No, the funny thing is too. By the way, notifications. But
yeah, turn off your fucking notifications, people.
Even when you're at work, because the thing is, when you're one of the hangouts with us, and this is actually a situation with Facebook as well, because we have so many fucking like Facebook groups and whatnot. But sometimes, like, I'll be helping out a customer, and then I see something, and Jed, I forgot to respond to your crazy ass. Send me that fucking picture, people. It's a foot that's inflated with the tiniest toes ever, and it's like, I guess the context is somebody was asking a question about their fingernail or toenails. And no one's talking about how big that fucking foot is. It's fucking uncomfortable. But anyways, yeah. What's the context of this fucking dog? Where do you find this, Jet?
I don't know. I just saved pictures of dogs that had that face.
Are you not photoshopping them yourself at some point? Because I know you've done that before with my fucking avatar, and I still don't know if that Alan picture with the blonde hair is fucking photoshopped.
Oh, that's an actual
that was someone else, by the way.
Who was that?
That wasn't her. That was Gary.
That was Gary.
Oh, Gary, I love you, Gary.
I hate
you. Gary's fucking awesome. Speaking of Gary, I know the chat's going on over here. Madman Mars, we were talking about controls not responding correctly to certain games. I don't know what the fuck that is. I think it was Metro.
Yeah.
We got Hollow Man over there. Hollow Man was my favorite guy yesterday when we were talking about certain stuff because he agreed with me mostly, and it's because he's smart. But anyways, with that said, Mr. Ganja Guru, can you see my screen yet?
Well, I can see. Ooh, look at that. Oh wait, I'm looking at the neighbor's window right now. My bad. What am I supposed to be looking at?
What the fuck?
Wow, man, I got a telescope now. I can see all kinds of things in the galaxy.
Good Lord.
Speaking of things you can't put in movies in 2019.
You damn right, man. Good luck getting that shit's proved in modern day.
What were we watching the after hours? I think we were watching Danny Boy at one point. And David Spade's character is like staring at a woman in a pool.
Yes,
what's up?
Okay. I said, can I do the rule first?
No.
Well, no. How about this?
You could. I was almost done the bit.
That's, you know what? Hey, those rules.
Hey, remember what? I was trying to call first. If you're willing to be called out, shit talk, and overall just mess with, make sure to send us a link, and we'll send. Wait, I did that backwards.
Wow!
Holy shit! Go to bed.
Not only did you cut my bit off, you fucked up the rules.
You guys see this train wreck happening right now? I mean, I just got the popcorn.
Let me get my fucking survivors out of this goddamn thing. So anyway, you coming?
I don't know how you can do that. The train's already crashed.
I'm going to the refuge, right? I'm hurrying. But the point is, join on the new call. God damn it!
Holy shit! You can't do a single fucking rule.
Rule number 6, please no nudity. 4, don't give out the link if not you're a fucking dick. Rule number 5, read the rules and don't be a fuck up like me. Shit.
Don't be a what like you?
A fuck up, Alan.
You just said a fuck wipe.
Watch out for that debris! Ah, it's everywhere!
Children, don't do drugs.
No,
and don't be
all
ganja.
the drugs. All the drugs.
The thing is, I was actually concerned. Me and Alan have this little bit going on where basically he's going to try to find a way for me to fuck up during the shows, which I feel, and in chat,
really easy.
Chat can actually be involved in this too. I'm going to try my best not to fuck up at all. I'll talk slower and I'll do things better to make sure I don't screw up or whatever. But Alan thinks he can get me. I don't think he can. And that salt thing, the reason why you bring up that salt thing so fucking much, that's the first time I fucked up in like a year. Okay?
That is the biggest lie I've ever heard next to Ganja sober right now.
Bullshit, dude.
I'm sober than a
You
preacher
fuck
right
up once per goddamn show. Like, once an
Jet,
hour.
What do you think? Jet, what do you feel about that? Do you think I fuck up that much?
I mean, I'm still just watching this train crash.
Fucking Hollow Man. At least the fucking Hindenburg got up in the sky a little bit.
Oh,
yeah, you want to know why the Hindenburg exploded? Because somebody smoked it out.
I like how you still talking shit about me and Monkhead. But yeah, man, no, but thank you, YouTube chat, just, going back and forth. Whatever chat's actually popping the most, that's the one I'm going to be looking at, too. Peter Parker's over there. I know that Ganja called him Penis Parker yesterday. He probably actually didn't. I don't know who did, but I'm just going to say he did, because I can get away with it. But, yeah, man, the rules. Yeah, people, we'll give you a link if you guys want to be on the show and talk about shit. At the very end of the show, we're going to talk a small little discussion about Anthem. Yes, Alan, I just fucked up. You won. But anyways, yeah, we're talking
Not even
about
5
Anthem.
minutes.
That's okay, man. There's so many screens going on.
I'm responding to 4 different fucking chats. You can go to hell.
Yeah, so am I, but I'm being funny about it. What's your?
No, you're not. You haven't said anything in a while. You're just making shit at me.
Making shit of you?
Yeah, I don't know where I was going.
Okay, Borat.
You making shit of me?
Fuck Borat, man.
Why do you do that?
Why you make shit at me? Why you make shit at me?
Fuck Borat, man.
What's your problem?
Motherfucker looks like
this cat 450. Don't you shit with me.
Okay, this is about to get racist in a minute.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop y'all.
Thank you very much, Alan. See, Alan knows when shit gets racist because he's the most racist of all of us, so it's great.
That's not how that works at all.
I want an Arizona iced tea and some packs, all right? I'm good.
I don't like Arizona iced tea.
But anyways, people, so here's the thing. We're getting on to the first topic over here just to somehow prevent this train wreck from already crashing, so that's impossible. No, the one train I want to jump on very hard right now, which I have been for the last month, is the Kingdom Hearts train. And, man, so they're talking about this DLC that's coming out for Kingdom Hearts 3, and apparently it's going to be free. Have you heard about that in the last 5 years? Free DLC, except for Rockstar. Rockstar's really nice.
Well, that happens a lot. A lot of companies.
Monster Hunter has free DLC.
Witcher's had tons of free DLC. A lot of games right now that they're doing a mix. I think even Kingdom Hearts is doing that to a certain degree, where they're doing a mix of they're going to do free DLC and paid DLC. Free DLC keeps people interested and keep going. Then paid DLC is like, hey, if you like it, you can continue playing. A lot of companies are doing the mix now, as opposed to everything has to be paid for, because they're starting to learn from some of the other games like Hollow Knight, Siege, Shovel Knight. If you keep releasing content, even if it's small, people will continue. If they like it, they'll continue playing it, and that keeps the game going around forever. So they're basically starting. It's like, okay, we want to make money off this because we want to be able to, make more games and actually pay our employees. But then we also want to make sure people stick around. So do the free stuff and then the paid stuff. And as long as it's good, people will keep going back to it.
Do you feel like they're how much would you equate to the success of some of these games? How much would you equate that to free DLC, like a Grand Theft Auto 5, for instance? Like, would you say that that's a certain percentage of why that game is still good, or do you think it's like, okay, people just want to play this anyways, and the free shit's just extra?
People just want to play it. I think Grand Theft Auto was so hyper popular and people were so addicted to it that the reason it made so much fucking money was because they charged for everything, like the fucking the Bullshark testosterone cards or whatever the fuck they call those. Like, but again, Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, Stardew Valley, and Rainbow Six Siege, the reason that they survived is because they had so much free content.
Really? Okay.
That's the only reason they kept going.
Yeah, no, Hollow Man's saying he'd buy anything if they let him play as Kiri, so Roxas.
Kiri.
Kyrie and Roxas.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Man, yeah, Roxas is cool as shit. Fucking Sora's a little bitch.
Okay, I don't know shit about these characters ever. Maybe I'll learn about that as I play these games later on. But Jay, I'm gonna ask you really quick. For you, do you feel like people would have bitched if Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to charge for their DLC? Or do you feel like people are so hyped over this game finally being out after so many years that they would just be like, oh, I'll pay $10, $15, $30, whatever the fuck?
I was just about to go and use the bathroom, but then you just fucking called on me. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hold that doo-doo in.
But anyway. What was the question? Because I had to rush back here.
No, the question was, I'm sorry, I'm drinking water. I'm just taking advantage of you being gone.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Focus.
Let me get my train wreck, okay, Alan? You had your turn.
I have not fucked up this whole show.
Are you fucking shitting me?
We've been at this for 20 minutes and I've nailed everything.
It's train crash. It's horrible. They're all burning. It's gone. It's all gone.
You say train crash. What the fuck is clean clean? You're just like cleaning your fucking words together like a goddamn like two Roblox fucking.
Right now, the processing system is trying its best to get some words out. All right.
Yeah, but Jay, I was gonna ask you, like, do you feel like people, the fans of Kingdom Hearts 3, if they were charging people like $15 to $30, do you think people would still be excited about this, or would they bitch that they had to pay for DLC?
It's Kingdom Hearts. Like, people would be excited either way. They waited like 15 fucking years. Like, they don't care.
Okay, because that's the thing. I remember like right before this came out, we actually talked about this on this show, this particular show, where people were actually complaining about the quality of the game and like saying, "Oh, this game is not that great. It's kind of shitty." Blah blah blah.
Like I fucking said before, like there's always gonna be those few people who are gonna be complaining, like no matter what about the game, because like when you wait 15 years to get a game, like there's gotta be people complaining because it's not like absolutely 100% perfect. Like I'm guessing like most of the time that they took actually making the game would have to be getting like the licensing and all that for like all the like movies and shit like that, like Frozen and shit that recently came out and everything like that. But that being said, like most people won't give a shit. I mean, like it's good that they basically are giving this out for free, but like most people wouldn't care.
Yeah,
something that made me so mad. Something just earlier. It's like some people were like, "Oh man, we waited 15 years. It's only 35 hours of story." I'm like, "Are y'all motherfuckers high?"
Yeah, and this is a situation where quality is more important than quantity, and it's like, dude, dude, look how good this fucking game is.
I mean, if you want to play, a game that's mostly just a fucking movie you can rent, that's a CGI film, why don't you just go play God of War or any other game?
No, but like 35 hours is a long fucking time for a video game. Like. That is crazy. People are so up their own asses because they don't understand how time works. 35 hours is almost 2 days straight. God of War's playtime is 15 to 20, and that's fucking great. And that game feels long as shit at 15 to 20 hours. Like Kingdom Hearts being 30 to 40 hours is not only on par for the series, but long as shit for a video game. And it's like people will just bitch about fucking anything.
Yeah, no. I mean, and that's the thing too. Sometimes I feel like movies have it better than what we have now. Like. They're luckier because Rotten Tomatoes is where it's that funnel that holds all those stupid fucking like opinions and puts them in one spot. Where gaming, there's no like community that's just for that. It's like everyone's just opinions are way more out there. And I know that happens with movies too, obviously, and TV shows. But I feel like gaming's a lot more like, I mean, dude, it's like with word of mouth. Do you hear more word of mouth shit going on with movies or games? And Al, I'm gonna ask you this because you go out there so much and etc.
I'd say movies because. It's weird because like we always have this discussion about like people are so quick to throw the fucking flame like, oh, gamers are the most toxic, sexist, racist people in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then it's like, fuck you. But then it's like you immediately start seeing like Brie Larson is fighting off a bunch of white supremacists. That's fucking fun, like as we goddamn speak. Like we were talking about Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes had to shut off people review bombing the movie before it came out because they were giving it negative reviews of a movie they never fucking saw. So it's like it's hard to say where I see this shit more, because it's like I kind of see equal. Like I see just as many like people having either good or bad reactions for video games as I do movies, but maybe that's just because I frequent those areas more. But like I don't know, I guess maybe I'd have to go with video games more because video games can touch a lot of different. There's a lot more fan bases. Like you have the indies, then you have the AAAs, but then you have everything in between. Where movies, the only thing really people talk about are the big blockbusters. Like people don't like. No one's arguing about the fucking quality of if Beale Street could talk on a fucking forum anyway.
I mean, people are arguing the fuck out of the quality of Green Book right now, and I'm on the side of that shit's trash, and that's just.
But that's only because they won Best Picture. Like. Before that, it was like, yeah, there are people angry about it, but like there weren't a bunch of forum posts on Facebook going this fucking movie. It's like, no, they're talking about the latest Marvel movie.
Yeah, right now I'm talking shit about you, Gaja. I was saying, like, keep in mind, Gaja did not watch Green Book in the Facebook chat.
I did not watch Green Book. I said I actually know the history behind it, unlike the film.
Oh, no, I think they knew. They just wanted to fight people over. And that's
they want to turn to Driving Miss Daisy. I get it. It's the same thing when they do an Indian movie and they make the white guy the protagonist. I know.
Oh, like your favorite movie, Lone Ranger.
Look, Dances with Wolves only got made. I'll just tell you guys right now. It only got made because they had to make the white guy the lead character. So fuck Hollywood.
Yeah, what you call it? Peter Parker saying, "Hey, tell Yusoko from the other chat, which is Tay, by the way, to explain what's going on." Yeah, that's the thing, though. I guess he's just the game of Kingdom Hearts, or just the story.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude, it's so convoluted. All I'm gonna say right now is just you should play the game because, like, you get into so much like farm. Like, okay, here's another game that this community played a lot. Star Wars: The Old Republic. I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but that game, when you start farming, you start leveling up, you start building your fucking character, it's so fucking great. Like, I love that.
So one of the biggest problems with the story, and I recently went through too, is it's only convoluted because the game doesn't actually care whether or not that it does this. So it's doing a lot of stuff right now where when it's explaining stuff, it's like, okay, you know, person B, he did this because person A told him to do person C. The problem is you never meet these people, you never interact with them, and you never they never stick around. It's like the whole Game of Thrones thing. If you walk into season 7 of Game of Thrones, be like, who the fuck is that guy? Why the fuck is he talking to him? And why the fuck does any of this matter? It's like you have no fucking idea because you spend no time. But if you've watched 7 seasons of Game of Thrones, you know everybody by fucking name. That's what makes Kingdom Hearts convoluted, because the actual story is super fucking simple. It's just there's an organization of motherfuckers doing things because they want to control the darkness for various fucking reasons, and you got to stop them. It's a simple story, but they have so many different people with so many different names that they just throw around. They're like, at that point, I'm like, I don't fucking know. I had to start writing shit down to understand who the fuck is who. But you kill half of them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I actually it's funny because the way Ruthless just wrote this, it's something that I'm like, okay, I can't argue with that, but at the same time, do I really feel this way? He says it's only a badly told story because the writing is bad. He's obviously quoting somebody, I don't know who actually said that or whatever, but yeah, for me, and I know it's almost like those two things they kind of exist together, but no, I think sometimes the gameplay does make the story even better. Like Metal Gear Solid 4, look, that was written bad, especially some of the dialogue. I mean, there's scenes where there's a guy who's shitting himself. Yeah, the nanomachines bullshit, and I know you gotta get into all the games to understand some of this shit, but honestly, MGS4 is nothing I would ever say for someone who's not into the series already to play it. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3, but at the same time though, if you play the gameplay and you're so into what you're actually doing with your fucking hands that you finally get a minute to just breathe and be like, okay, you know what? Whew, I'm done playing. Let me watch some fucking cutscenes and get a drink of water. All of a sudden you're engrossed in whatever the fuck's going on because whatever's happening on screen in this cutscene is about to affect your actual hands. And Kingdom Hearts 3 does that. I'm telling you guys, the story's shitty. But who the fuck's playing Kingdom Hearts for the story, dude? Nobody.
But the thing is, okay, the thing about Kingdom Hearts is there's two sets of stories. There's whatever the fuck's going on, whatever world you're in, which is usually the plot of whatever movie you're a part of, which in that case, in some cases, is pretty cool, actually, for some of the worlds I enjoy. But then there's the overarching story. That's where people are just like, what the fuck's going on? Because it goes a mile a minute without it never lets it breathe. It's like, imagine if, okay, the last cutscene of MGS2 that goes on for a fucking hour and a half? Mm-hmm. Imagine if that happened 20 minutes into the game. You'd be like, who the fuck are any of these fucking people? That's how Kingdom Hearts kind of goes, where you don't know these people. These people don't even show up half the fucking time, but I'm supposed to expect to remember Raxus and blah, blah, blah. Like, who the fuck are you people?
No, I feel the same way, because Ganja never corrects us when it comes to video game shit, because he's always high. But, in one of these situations, though, dude, we're he had to correct us right now. Raxus, obviously that's not the fucking name of the character, but it's dude.
God damn it, that hurts my ears.
After the 50th fucking time, though, you kill the same enemy when you're leveling up your character. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I actually enjoy that, but after the 50th time you did that, I don't give a fuck. No one's saying the word Roxas or Raxus or whatever the fuck. No one's saying anyone's name. It's just, hey, yeah, you just do that for fucking hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, it's one of those fucking weird things for me. I love Kingdom Hearts 3. I love Kingdom Hearts 1. Can't wait to play 2. But as far as story goes, and I'm not trying to insult anybody who's watching. I know Peter Parker Hollow Man and Someblade over there in the YouTube chat, they're probably going to get mad when I talk shit about a game they actually like. But Kingdom Hearts, the story is terrible. It really is, man. And Resident Evil 2, here's a flip side of that whole angle. Resident Evil 2, the remake story is fucking great. It is awesome. That game is fucking underwhelming, dude.
Why isn't Ganja defending this?
Because
I just realized it.
It's the same thing with, he mentions Metal Gear Solid. He kind of took my biggest defense out of this, is if you're not a fan of the series or have been around for the longest, and I think you said it too, the best is, it's a game that assumes that you played all the sequels, all the spin-offs, everything else has come out, the fucking app that they mentioned in the chat. There's a lot of extra shit that goes into the main storyline. This is the main reason when people go, oh, why doesn't the extra universe stuff go into the main canon? Because it gets convoluted this if they try to do that shit. You gotta go to 10, you gotta download 5 emulators. It's fucking weird to try to catch up the storyline. And if you follow the storyline from the beginning to the end, it doesn't sound weird. But the problem with the Kingdom Hearts game, and I've said this from the beginning, is that first one, you could tell they didn't think they were gonna get more money to either do the rights again with all these Disney characters, or they were gonna get a sequel game. Because that first story is completely beginning to end done. They give a little hint with Mickey Mouse at the end, getting caught in the darkness world, but that's about it. Everything else is done. You saved your best friend, you guys are hanging out in a village and training to be better Keyblade wielders, and you defeated the big bad dude. When you get to the sequels and the spin-offs, that's when they start adding organization. Zamus, the scientist. Zamus has 5 different souls that actually become 2 different people.
Oh god, that was so confusing.
like that's my problem with like a lot of these game series and a lot of movie series is that they'll get up that one-off that they figured out and it's perfect. Like done. You don't gotta do anymore. But because they got the money, they got the budget, they got the hype from the love of the series, it's like, well, we got to kind of find a way to continue this shit, and we kind of didn't give us too much room to do it. So let's put Sword to sleep and make an unknown organization that's been there the whole time. And yeah, I hit my mic because I'm trying to prove my point a little more.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like it's not even
that. Resident Evil series. How many times are you going to try to redo Raccoon City or the Mansion with 5 different stories going on at the same time, and not one motherfucker running to each other in the hallway?
See, the thing is with story, it's like you don't have to have an overly complicated story for it to be good. Like if we're gonna go back to fucking God of War's plot is ridiculously simple. Is hey, my wife died and she wanted me to cast the fucking ashes, but they do so many things in between. Is like it's a simple fucking journey. It's a simple journey, but it turns into like, hey, this father and this son that almost barely know each other. They through the fucking turmoils and trials that they fucking do, they eventually form their bond and they become a family. And the things that happen in there happen as they need to progress the very simple plot. Like I love God of War story because it takes its simplicity and it's able to roll with it to make it a very complex emotional story that I feel like so many other games, like I think this is probably one of the biggest problems of Final Fantasy, is they want to be so grandiose. They want to have this grand opera of a fucking story that they're like, just keep throwing in shit and just hope it fucking works out. It's like, no. Take The Legend of Zelda. Take fucking God of War. Any of the God of Wars. Take fucking Resident Evil. Any of the Resident Evils. They're simple-ass fucking stories, and they make them work because they add complexity through emotion, not just through random fucking people.
Yeah, no, and Babe Ocean over here, he's saying Mad World was a simple story. That game was lit. Yeah, that story was almost non-existent. Yeah, the one, I think it's the one on Nintendo Wii where they had that fucking black and white. Yeah, that was a great game, and it was so fucking like fun. And then it had a story, and you're like, okay, it's whatever. You're not gonna if you're recommending that game, you're not talking about the fucking story. Like I'm telling you that right now. But like that's the same way I felt about Gears of War as well. It's like, yeah, the story's cool in the first one, but like, who the fuck is talking about the story of Gears of War 2 and 3? But that's the main thing too. And I know like we're talking about this for a while and everything. It's just it's something I am passionate about when it comes to the video game stuff. Where it's like, yeah, man, sometimes the story can be accentuated by the gameplay, and vice versa sometimes too. You play like an Until Dawn, that's not even a fucking game, but because the shit that happens in the cutscenes. Yeah, I mean, Telltale, that's another, I mean, every single thing.
Let's go on this conversation. I'm going to take this over and just fuck around a little bit and just have a good old conversation with y'all about video games, since we're pretty much done with this DLC topic. Almost every game we play now just wants to be a movie. Like, I know, like, we talk about gameplay in certain aspects, like the shooting aspect of Red Dead or some other bullshit fighting mechanic in God of War. But in the day, we're all just watching hour cutscenes now. Yeah. Like, there's really no real variation in gameplay. That's why I love Kingdom Hearts so much. And I know that Ruthless has a beef with it because they're not giving him the other good fucking high-quality Square Enix products because they focus on Kingdom Hearts. I get it. You want your game. I feel the same way with a lot of other game companies. But this at least developed a game for me. I could switch around characters. My choices matter for the magic that I set up. My keyblades matter. Like, there's villains that I can only defeat if I load up a certain fire type and do it faster and not have to worry about spending like a 15 minutes just smashing the buttons. I felt like I was doing something and not just getting to the next upgrade so I can get to the next cutscene.
Yeah, no, and that's something I've had an issue with. It is not going after Alan.
Motherfucker, Ganja was.
No,
a little bit.
But Ubisoft does this a lot, man. Like the Division.
And he's after.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna bring up the obvious ones because I know that like he likes them, and I'm not gonna try to start a fight. I'm really not. But like one that I think Alan could probably agree with me with is Division. That shit has some unnecessary ass fucking cutscenes, and sometimes not even cutscenes. One thing that's more frustrating than cutscenes too is for the story quotes. I have to literally walk through somewhere, and I can't skip shit because I have to play the cutscene. It's like...
Yeah, walk and talk suck.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? And the first game that ever did that for me was Dark Sector. I remember they did that shit, and it wasn't a tutorial or anything. It was just like, hey, he's limping and shit. Oh, and Uncharted. Fuck Uncharted for that shit. Uncharted 2.
Oh, the opening of Uncharted? Which doesn't matter. As soon as you get into a shootout, your fucking damage doesn't goddamn matter. He just magically is okay until the fucking cutscene's over.
Yeah, Hollow Man, thank you. He's saying Naughty Dog. Yeah, Naughty Dog loves to do that shit with the games.
Naughty Dog.
And Tomb Raider did it, but Tomb Raider, I think, did it better because it wasn't so slow. It's like that minute, it lasts like 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
It's 5 minutes, and the thing is you're still able to move. You're able to move 50% of your normal speed, but if you try to do the dodge, she just loses like half her health and just can't fucking move.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You have adrenaline, but you only have so far. But to honestly fight both of y'all, the thing is, when we watch movies, when we watch television shows, we're sitting there and we're experiencing whatever, like Captain America Winter Soldier. We are watching Captain America do his fucking thing. We're watching him fucking whatever. When you're playing a video game, when you're playing something like Red Dead, when you play something like God of War, you are still doing something very similar to a movie, but you are in the sense of you feel like you yourself are going through, or you're helping him along in his quest. His quest is still going to go whether or not you're there, but you get to control the speed. This is basically like the equivalent of a roller coaster. The roller coaster's track is already set. It's already going to do its ups and downs. It's doing its fucking thing. You're just controlling which speed you want to go at. The better you are, sometimes the faster you go, or maybe you just want to enjoy a little bit more. Though they're different kinds of games. What Kingdom Hearts does isn't the only way ever to do a game. What God of War does isn't the only way to ever do a game. Different people enjoy different stuff. I actually can't fuck the thing you said is like, oh, you got to equip a certain fire type to defeat this boss. That shit fucking drives me over the goddamn wall, because unless the guy's made out of fucking like tinder, how the fuck am I supposed to know fire works pretty well unless I just look up a guide? I'd rather be in a situation like God of War does it, where if you're fighting the ice people, your thing just bounces off and it's like, oh, I can't use this weapon anymore. I need to use a different weapon. With fucking Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm like, how am I supposed to know half the shit I'm supposed to use? I'm supposed to look it up or just get lucky.
Well, no, that's one of the things like you said about God of War is like you say, it allows you to do stuff, but that points to how much those games baby you, to the fact that it doesn't even let you guess how to defeat a villain. It's like, oh, this weapon will work. Let me switch this one. All right, this one works now. Keep hitting X. Just keep hitting X. Next cinematic one.
You do that in Kingdom Hearts.
Because you actually have to switch. You have to make a decision if you want to actually try to defeat this bad guy faster, and it gives you the reason to go back and search the map for keyblades and certain power upgrades. Whereas a lot of these games now are just trying to be fucking movie-esque. I'm glad you used the roller coaster analogy, because it is a roller coaster. It gives you the illusion that you're taking part in this ride, that you're taking part of the adventure, but no, you're still on a set track with a certain set terms of different of ways to do things, and you're just forced to sit there and watch the game experience itself. It is the best example of a universal ride. A lot of these games have become.
Okay, but that doesn't.
Where they give you the illusion that you're actually doing stuff.
But that illusion equates to immersion of you feel like, okay, you feel like you're in this world. You feel like you're either Kratos' son or you're walking right beside Kratos as he's doing all this cool shit. But again, all the stuff you're saying about finding different keyblades and finding different magic.
What's the difference between that and a movie?
You control it. You don't control the movie.
Just like I'm moving the character forward. Like, all right, so at that point, then Bandersnatch on Netflix is a video game.
I mean, if Telltale's games are a video game, and I don't fucking agree with that shit. If somebody out there tells me Telltale's a video game, Bandersnatch is also a fucking video game. Like, they are literally the fucking same. Until Dawn, the only fucking difference is you get to slightly shuffle in the fucking environment, but it's the exact same bullshit. But again, what's going on with what you're saying in fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, you get to upgrade and find different ways of magic and different combos of fucking magic all the goddamn time. There's an entire subset of fucking abilities I never fucking use, which is the bare-fisted, because I don't fucking use bare fist at all in anything. But you can entirely fucking do that in God of War or different fucking magic. Dude, I told you how I beat the first fucking game. I never found a single health to complete the entire fucking game. Like, there are different... Yeah, I went through the second hardest difficulty and never got a single health upgrade. The only way I was able to increase my health is by increasing my fucking armor, because I was using different armor that had different stats. Like, a lot of the games had the same things you're talking about. It's like, yes, God of War is way more linear than Kingdom Hearts and a bunch of other games, but it's, again, the way it's doing it is not a bad way of fucking making a game. It's just a different way. It being more cinematic does work better for it, because, again, you're not watching Winter Soldier. You are actually feel like you're controlling Captain America as he's going there. You're controlling how fast it goes, and you're the reason it continues. Because if you fucking suck and you just can't play, it's like, well, shit, I can't continue. But if you're able to figure out how to work around it, then you are the reason it continues. You feel like you're doing your best to help Kratos complete his quest.
But to me, that sounds that's nothing like immersion, because at that point, movies and these so-called games are not different mediums anymore. And that's one of the things that I kind of hate about the new game industry is I'm just playing a movie. I'm not having any kind of real immersion unless I'm playing a deep RPG game where I'm allowed to create my own character and have all these deep customization aspects that I actually do feel like I'm in the game and I'm allowed to make personal choices. But you're even seeing those games get thrown on the wayside for this more cinematic stuff. And it's really just trying to copy Hollywood. And I think it's a lot because the game community is still burnt on the fact that a lot of cinematic people don't, quote unquote, consider video games art. So now they're trying to promote cinematic aspects and certain, like, hell, even like now what they do for lighting and stuff like that are just copying movies. So now we're seeing video games just become a carbon copy of a medium that we all used used it to escape from. Because when we played video games before, like I would say, like I think around 2008 is when this really started popping off. Where people
Mass Effect and all that.
Yeah, like you actually have video games of choice. Yeah, you actually felt like you were the character. Hell, even some of the Batman games gave you a chance to feel like you were Batman because they give you choices within the character's realm of customization, gadgets, gear you're able to do, and certain moves. Now that's completely been thrown to the wayside for maybe a few little items here that you get throughout the storyline, but all the time it's just to get to the next cutscene.
But again, okay, but one of the problems that was happening, and this is we can both agree with this thing, is there's so many games. I'm throwing Telltale because Telltale doesn't fucking count. Telltale and all those fucking 2-button fucking story games don't fucking count. I'm talking about shit like I'm talking about shit like the new God of War and even to a certain degree Spider-Man. What we're seeing right now is people saying, fuck it, we're not going to sit there and try to do these choices that don't fucking matter, a bunch of a bunch of different dialogue options that don't fucking mean anything. It's just which sounds do you want to fucking hear before this cutscene fucking finishes. They're doing their own, basically, again, very cinematic stories, because I'm not disagreeing with that, but they're doing their own fucking stories. Like, how many times do we see like television shows having these fucking great narratives that go from start to finish? But the difference is you get
I could argue that they're doing the same thing from the movies. Hell, even God of War. It was literally a copy paste of The Road. If you want to,
it's not a copy paste of The Road. It's the same idea. But what I'm getting at is not that it isn't the cinematic movies. I'm saying that what makes it better is the fact that you are playing it and they're doing their own focused stories. Because we had the dark. I'm calling it the fucking dark ages with the popularity of Mass Effect and. The popularity of Mass Effect and Heavy Rain had so many garbage fucking choose your own adventure shit that just never fucking worked. The joke is I'm sure Ruth is gonna say at some point that your choices don't fucking matter, because that was the thing with Telltale, and I'm bringing that back because it's right now helping my argument, because there's so many games like that. Yeah, you had the few games that stood out like fucking New Vegas and some of the Fallout games where your choices actually mattered, but for every New Vegas, there's 100 games that your choices don't fucking matter.
Yeah, I felt that a lot with Fallout games too, as well as like, here's the thing too, like you're saying this as well, but okay, so that was the Dark Ages, and even though we're getting that more even nowadays, it is starting to get a little bit fixed. Like with Detroit, I don't know if you played Detroit yet, but that's a situation where like those things actually do matter a shit ton. But I think the reason why people are starting to kind of take that more seriously now, especially, is because all those games that you're talking about, they lived for a year and everyone was like, yay, fuck yeah, these games are great. And then all of a sudden, like, just boom, just dead. Mass Effect 3 was one of the hugest releases ever because of all the good work that Mass Effect 1 and 2 did.
Yeah.
Andromeda was already dead on arrival. It didn't really matter that the game was not that great. As soon as that shit came out, it did not make its money. It was already disappointing people like ASAP. And I feel like, I mean, look at Telltale. Telltale's fucking dead. How the fuck do you do amazing and then, like, in 1 year, it's like, okay, and then next year you're dead? That makes no fucking sense.
They're bad business practices.
That season, was it season 2 or 1, where the main character dies, and your whole last bit is you just doing Clementine a training, a tutorial that builds her character for the next sequel. Like, that was a great fucking idea, and it actually made you next to the characters, and it felt like you were part of the story. But they dropped that shit as soon as he gets to the next season.
Yeah, which is frustrating.
The thing about Detroit, okay, because I'm glad you brought up Detroit, because Detroit was one of the ones where I didn't know if I was going to like it, so I went and saw an LP of it. And what I noticed is at the end of every chapter, it did something that I feel like Telltale wished it did properly, but it would basically have this weird branching path. It wouldn't tell you what all they were, but it would have this whole like tree trunk of roots, and it'd be like 80 different paths. You're like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting, because one of the things one of the reasons Telltale died was because of horrible basic patches. The other thing it's died is since your choices never mattered. Me and you playing a Telltale game will have the exact same fucking thing. And that's why when I played God of War, I was refreshed that I didn't have 2 dialogue options of be an asshole or be a nice guy. I'm like, I am so sick of that shit. Like, I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm playing the shit out of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It doesn't fucking matter if I choose the top right option or the top bottom option. Every now and then there's an option of just kill the motherfucker, which I always pick because I think that's fucking hilarious. Just halfway through your dialogue, you just stab the bitch. But, like, there's so many times where I'm like, when I play God of War, I'm like, okay, good. You're giving me fun-ass fucking gameplay, great-ass fucking gameplay. I get to mix and match. I get to do all sorts of cool gameplay. Oh, as soon as I get the gameplay, what's my reward? A fucking interesting, amazing-ass story. I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I fucking want. I want more of this shit. And Detroit's like, yeah, if you keep having that quality, but the problem is we don't always have that quality. We have the fucking Until Dawn fucking garbage-ass quality game.
Quality takes like 5 to 8 years.
True. But again, but when that game came out, that game is one of the best-selling games on PS4 because it fucking earned it.
Yeah, and that was our talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC.
So I have a question that's basically like on the whole, like, oh, your choices don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when it comes to something like the Mass Effect or whatever, do you think it would have people would have forgave more if they said something on the lines of your choices matter during the game, but not actually like the ending?
Like the ending? Yeah, I would love that because here's the thing too: is like let's just say that if your choices did matter every single time, that would also ruin the fucking story. Because if your choices didn't matter and it changes the end of the story, it's like, okay, so was this guy a good villain or not? Did he die good or no?
So,
like it depends on. I mean, I gotta play the game 10 times to actually know if I'm playing something of fucking quality. And it's like, dude, I'm not gonna play this game a bunch of fucking times.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I kind of like that because, all right, let's say that the game. All right, there's two things. One, you can enjoy it because it's you. Like, you made all the decisions, you made all the character movements. Like, that was you. Like, I didn't like the game. We gave you the choice to do that shit, but at the end of the day, you chose the asshole route.
Yeah.
But it also gives you the chance of being like, well, I wouldn't have done things like that. Like, and this choice is like, there's no middle ground. Like, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit of an asshole, not too much of an asshole. That's why I like Beyond Human, and I gotta finish it. But as a dedication game, it gives you a little chance of being the middle ground. Like, you don't go straight to like straight good guy or straight bad guy choices. And I think a lot of games that do that and try to give you immersion, they just go to the same kind of most basic thing. I get why that pisses you off in terms of that.
Yeah.
So Mass Effect 1, and I guess this is a spoiler for a fucking 15-year-old game, but Mass Effect 1's ending, your choices up to that game only influence. Okay, there's a bunch of choices in that game, that it's actually exactly what Jet's talking about. That's why for me, honestly, my favorite Mass Effect 1. That is honestly on the list of my favorite games of all fucking time. I've been in that game 15 fucking times because I love it. I got to go back and replay it because it's been a while. But one of the things I loved about it is there are so many choices that matter because it's not situational. Oh, do a bunch of X and Y choices and then hope the equation to the end of the game changes. Like, no. There's a situation if you have a gun to your fucking friend. He's been your friend, but because of some bullshit where you have to fight his people, he's like, whoa, I can't fucking do this. What the hell's going on? If you spend too long reading the options, I think it's 30 seconds, and you're just like, I don't know what to choose, the game will choose some bullshit to happen and just kill the guy off. Because one of the characters that's a fucking racist will just shoot him in the fucking face.
Really?
And that's because you didn't make a choice. There's a standoff. You did not make a choice. That's a choice that's immediate. I prefer immediate action or immediate choices versus, the end of the game changes. I don't give a shit about that because that affects that. And that choice does affect the next subsequent games. But there are so many choices in that game that have immediate effects. Like one situation, and you're showing some cutscenes right now, there's a character that can get shot and injured if you do a different choice and tell him to do something else. Like, that's immediate actions and immediate consequences. And the game does, but the actual ending of the game, it doesn't really change. It actually is the exact same ending. You just gain a little bit more information. If you're a good guy, you gain a little bit more information than if you're just a bad guy. But that's really the only difference. But what I love about Mass Effect 1 is your choices matter during the game. You got to see how it mattered. If you took a stealth approach, if there's a situation, Cora's Den firefight. I love the Cora's Den firefight. You can avoid that entire firefight if you know what you're doing. If you just play the game a bunch of times. And that's what I want to see more of in games, as opposed to make one or two choices and then hope at some point there's some elaborate cutscene at the end of the fucking game.
Yeah, really quick, too, before we continue on, Ruthless says, Cyberpunk 2077 is our only savior, and I'm very worried that it will bottleneck at the end into one path. And he also says, as much as he wants Obsidian to get Outer Worlds right, he wants to be given back the choice, but it looks too bland to play. Which, by the way, I don't think it looks bland. I think it looks fucking awesome. But, Ganja, to Jet's question, man, yeah, like, would you be okay with all these choices affecting the middle of the game and your current gameplay as opposed to the ending and the climax?
I would prefer that more in terms of like little choices and little decisions and the world around you. And like for example, I think Fable 2 tried to do it the best they could, but you had Peter Mullen who was hyping up every goddamn thing and they didn't have a long enough development time. But the one thing that I did appreciate was the things you did without the world actually did start to change the environment and it started to change things cosmetically. The problem was they were surrounded by like either big choices or quote unquote like big minor major quests that will add to your gameplay, but you really don't have to do them. But it'll be helpful if you still do it. But without saying that much, like it was still like cosmetic and aesthetics, which I like about Beyond Human Detroit, is it basically made it where everything you do affects the world around it and the way characters interact with each other and the way that the story and the dialogue approaches itself in terms of how characters continue on. Like if you just start doing the good guy route, like middle to the story, like the characters are still gonna remember you were an asshole. Like it isn't just whereas Whereas a lot of times, like in the Fable games, it gets dropped.
Yeah.
It gets dropped like a hardcore as soon as you start doing good guy choices, or even like maybe basic like human. Like I'm not a dick like this, but I'm still gonna do this quote unquote good choice because I'm just not that bad.
You could be the most evil you'll ever be in the entire game in the first 5 seconds of the game because you just turn off kill. There's a thing where if you swing your sword at a civilian, it won't do that until you turn it off. So you can just turn off, kill civilians, kill everybody around you, be the most evil person in the game, and then do every good guy thing ever.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I gotta tell you though, man. Like, and by the way, like, Jack, I'm gonna ask you really quick since you asked the question. Like, what would you prefer in that sense? Like, are you someone who wants your actions to affect the ending of the game, or are you cool with it just affecting the middle?
Honestly, I really don't care either way. I mean, I'm still gonna play the game, but
yeah.
Honestly, unless I really like a game, I really don't like a whole bunch of different endings like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would honestly prefer like while I'm playing the game, like the choices that I make in the game are just like they affect my gameplay, but not the ending.
Yeah, because I know people, and I don't. If you want to, Jay, you can explain this to me. But people hated the fuck out of Mass Effect 3's ending to the point where there's just like this YouTuber, this fat dude, and I'm not trying to make fun of him. That's all I know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he broke his fucking game and just started screaming and crying on camera.
Well, he was fucking over exaggerating. He's a big baby and he needs fucking help.
Okay.
But anyway, and he's trying to get fucking attention. Like that's someone who probably like freak with fortune and shit. That's embarrassing.
Don't even get me started on Mass Effect 3.
No, don't even mention him to me again. He disgusts me.
Oh, look at him! No, look at him. He's such a
no.
sweetheart.
He does that a lot. He does that attention, but like Mass Effect 3, the biggest problem with Mass Effect 3 is it's that situation of the telltale your choices don't matter because something the thing about the Mass Effect 3 what made it really interesting wasn't necessarily that the actual game's ending would change because honestly, when you go for Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2's ending, they don't really change based on your choices. It's the stuff that happens. Like there's a situation in which for Mass Effect 2 specifically, if you fuck up the loyalty missions for all your characters, it dictates whether or not they'll live during the final fight. Now that doesn't necessarily change the ending because the ending is still you're just fighting this giant thing. That's the ending. But it's who makes it at the end, and that's what really changes it. Now I played the first time. I think I lost a handful of people. The second time I was able to do it. I just didn't know how the game worked. First time you're gonna fuck up a little bit. The second time I was able to nail it, and then the next 5 times I was able to get it pretty well. The thing, and even by the way, Paragon does it.
Like, how the fuck did you lose a handful of people? Like that's incredibly hard.
I didn't know.
To do.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know how I lost.
Just his teammates. So like this man is special.
That doesn't matter. But the thing is, Mass Effect 3 was told that all the small little choices you made would eventually matter to the end of the game, but it didn't.
Did they actually say it would matter to the end
of
the game?
They did. They actually
say or did they say like your choices in 1 and 2 will affect the gameplay of 3?
And they said it would affect the ending of 3. That's why people were so pissed off. To which I go, why are you guys mad at the ending of Mass Effect 3? It's just as bad as the entire fucking game.
Hey, okay, you're
No, I'm that's the last thing I'm gonna say about the Mass Effect series is Mass Effect 2 is a way better fucking game in every single goddamn fucking fashion. Mass Effect 3 fails at every single thing it tries to fucking do.
Like all 3 games are actually very, very fun. I don't know what you're talking
Mass
about.
Effect 3 is a piece of shit.
Besides the ending, like the game's actually very fun.
There's so much bullshit with that fucking game that is so many goddamn problems.
Did you skip a lot of like conversations with
No! At that point I was so excited for Mass Effect 3. Dude, I was so excited for Mass Effect 3 I actually played it with the Kinect on.
Damn.
How would you do that?
Are you a hipster? Like what the fuck?
No. The Kinect when Mass Effect 3 came out, the Kinect was so much in its heyday, at least the closest thing it had to a heyday, that on the box of Mass Effect 3, I think I still have it, but I don't feel like going find it. It says better with Kinect. I'm not fucking kidding.
That's a goddamn lie. Like
I know it's a lie, but it said it. And I think what it was like if you say grenade, it'll throw grenade or some shit. It was some weird shit like that. But the thing about it is the combat was fine, but it was just so much of what was going on is it felt like it was a linear game. Every single mission felt like it was super fucking linear, where the other Mass Effects didn't really feel that way. When you're doing the loyalty missions, it felt like it kind of mattered how you did what you did and when you did it. But with Mass Effect 3, it never felt like that. It never felt like anything actually. It didn't feel like the fact that the Reapers were destroying the galaxy actually ever mattered because nobody seemed fazed by it. Everyone just kind of treated it like it was a normal fucking day.
Yeah, everyone else in the galaxy was like, yeah, Earth's getting like terrorized on a daily basis. But fucking clean my car.
Dude, you joke.
That's the thing in real life too, because like there's so many things going on in places like other like everywhere else.
Are being vaporized, man. Like at what point a fucking dude dies? Can
like,
you find
some pretend like we want to pretend like nothing's happening and stuff like that because we're in technically a safe area. But yeah, that stuff happens in real life too.
Oh, right now we might have World War III going on between.
Okay, but the problem with that is they keep saying throughout the games, oh no, we're safe. The Reapers are such a big threat. Except for like one mission, you never see them as a threat. The biggest threat that the Reapers are ever is the fucking start of the game when they're vaporizing the planet. Like there's at one point there's a fucking random side quest in the fucking game in which some guy goes, I'm running out of goods for my shop. Can you go find this goods? I'm like a billion people are dying a day, you motherfuckers. I'm not gonna sit there and go find some fucking crack in your store so you can make a couple bucks while the world's fucking ending.
Well, technically, didn't they do that in the first one too?
No, because the thing about the benefit of the first one is there wasn't really that many problems outside of 3 or 4 planets that were being attacked by the Geth. The thing about the reason nobody gave a shit in the first one is because they're only attacking Earth colonies. It's like right now, if the only place that matters is the Middle East is being bombed as we goddamn speak. Nobody gives a fuck. That's the equivalent of Mass Effect 1. Is the Middle East is just being bombed right now? No one goddamn cares. But it's World War fucking 2 or 1 in the fucking third one, and people are just like, whatever, I don't give a shit. Like it doesn't work. The themes don't fucking work. And it pisses me off so goddamn much because I fucking love the Mass Effect series.
I don't want to play in all doom and gloom. Like I got 1,000 other games to do that.
I don't give it. No, that game should be more miserable. That game should be way more fucking miserable.
But like I don't want to play a game that's complete. I don't want to play a game that's completely and utterly miserable. I want to have fun with it too. Like I don't want to be sitting there in like complete sadness. That's not
God,
fun.
why are you just starting shit in other fucking chats?
Hey man, I'm gonna let y'all talk real quick, but I'm also gonna talk shit too.
Nah, like I'm sorry, I fucking hate Mass Effect 3 with a burning passion. Like I'm gonna go back and play all the games. I don't think I've only beaten Mass Effect 1 15 times.
You need to play the Citadel DLC that you want to skip so bad.
No, because
that part was fun as shit.
I played 15 times. I played the first Mass Effect. 6 times I played the second one, and I only ever beat the fucking third one once. Because I was like, when that ending came up, I was like, you know what? This is a trash ending to a trash fucking game, and I can't even remember what fucking ending I picked.
The goddamn feeling of the Holocaust going on in Mass Effect 3 right now. Like,
I'm sorry, but when you bring up I'm sorry, but when you have in the fucking first one the conversation between Commander Shepard and one of the Reapers, and the Reaper goes, "How the fuck do you think you're gonna beat us?" And Commander Shepard goes, "Your machine will break you." And we respond with, "You organics do not understand anything about life." And you're like, "Oh shit, that's some cool shit, right?" Well, how do you end Mass Effect 3? We broke them. What the fuck is that stupid bullshit?
Well, I mean, you don't want them to explain the entire thing. I mean, just for the sake of fucking dialogue.
No, because the problem is they do. The problem is they try to. That's the problem with Mass Effect 3. There's dialogue in the fucking near the end of the game where life happens in the exact same places because of a cycle, which they completely fucking drop. There's a dialogue where Commander Shepard is looking through some videos and goes, "Am I just a fucking robot?" That's AI of Commander Shepard, which completely gets fucking dropped. There's a bunch of bullshit that never fucking matters in the entire fucking game of who lives and who fucking dies, because that game should not have been released when it was fucking released.
I mean, it sounds like you're just being a hater.
Yeah, I'm a hater because I love the first two. Dude, I think the first one. I think the first Mass Effect. I think the first Mass Effect is one of the greatest games of all time. So I love this fucking series.
I'm gonna agree with one thing: the story was rushed at the end.
Well, yeah, like
why you had to go in there?
Disagree with you there, but it's just like the game. It wasn't like a terrible game. Like it was fun.
Yes, it was.
Man, I just like how Peter Parker is over here fucking eating chicken wings watching you guys go at it.
Parker's like, do I call him out or do we just move on to Pokemon?
I don't even know, man. Here's the thing, though.
Because this motherfucker like Andromeda, but that's all I'm going to say.
I'm not saying Andromeda is the greatest game of all time. I'm not even saying it's a good Mass Effect game.
But then why do you...
So you like Andromeda. You like Andromeda over 3.
Because...
No. Talk about these depressed ass Pokemon and these fire.
No.
Okay. No, I need to hear this. Explain.
I said no. Okay.
Explain.
Mass Effect 3. Okay. The problem is, Mass Effect 3 is the fucking ending of a trilogy. Mass Effect Andromeda is a start. You can have a shitty start to a fucking trilogy. We see that a lot. Like whatever the fuck they were gonna do with Mass Effect Andromeda, just didn't fucking work. But it was the start of something. It didn't. Whereas the ending of a ride, like think about it, you're on a roller coaster and everything's going super fucking well, but then you notice there's no tracks on the bottom and you're dead. Like that's Mass Effect 3, where Andromeda is, oh shit, the tracks aren't working. Well, the ride didn't even start, so I can't really be mad at it.
I just.
Yes, the fuck you can.
I really hope.
Yeah, but I'm not as bad as a ride ending shitty is worse than a
Now
ride
I'm
starting bad.
I had somewhere to go, and now I'm gonna be fucking late.
Yeah, but it's like, well, shit. I had no hopes. I had no expectations. I had nothing.
Yeah, holy shit! I gotta say before we end off, because like, listen, Alan's took a beating tonight, and we're about to talk about holy shit, and I'm scared. But here's the thing. Really
I
quick,
have no opinions on Pokemon. You can skip me to the next one.
No, because Jason Jones says, I can't believe you guys are arguing over Mass Effect 3. It was garbage, in my opinion. Alan has a friend. Like, let's just let him get the last one. He's good. Like, let's move on. But, Alan, you're not alone. Alan's not alone.
Now we just gotta see if he prefers. We just gotta see if he prefers 1 over 2.
Jason just came out like it's like a school.
Wait, are you still trying to fight me?
Just hanging out in a circle. He's like, "What's going on here?" And it's just us just kicking the shit out of Alan. He just stops.
Hey, man, this is the Iron Man 2 fucking. This is the Iron Man fucking gift where I'm fighting off Bucky and Captain America.
Who would be Bucky and who would be Captain America?
Ganja would be Bucky. He has the hair.
I got that luscious baby hair.
Wow, Chad, you're Captain America.
I mean, I don't mind.
Oh, fuck, you don't mind. That's bullshit. Whatever, fuck.
You wouldn't want to be Captain America?
No, fuck Captain America. Who the fuck would be okay being that motherfucker? That's an insult. That's terrible. Fuck him. Anyway.
Like, if you had to choose between Bucky and Captain America, like, you're on crack if you choose Bucky.
I'm not cracked. No.
Hey, you let me smoke my shit in peace.
I'm cracked in America. Moving on, though, with that terrible fucking pun. Pokemon Sword and Shield, a.k.a. Socks and Shoes, a.k.a. Pots and Pans, whatever the fuck this shit's going to be called.
Pokemon SS?
Oh, my. Yeah, that. Why didn't they call it that? SS. That's perfect. Thank you so much. But here's the thing, though. Pokemon Shield.
What? Why didn't they call it SS?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Pokemon S&M.
When Holocaust Memorial Day comes, I'll let you know why.
Okay, I'm about to show my nerdin badge right now. No, I'm talking about SS, like the SS and that big ship that you had to go into in the first generation.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be on water. They didn't show nothing.
Well, people, the new game came out. No, it didn't come out. The trailer did. I don't know what the fuck. There's something going on with goddamn Pokemon. You know what? Fuck you guys. No, man. No, I'm actually hyped about this. I'm not gonna let you motherfuckers be like, oh, we're out of argue power. Like, fuck you. We're talking about this goddamn shit. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm so hyped over this shit. Then I look at the fucking 3 Pokemon on the front of the goddamn thing. These starters are absolutely terrible. Jet, you were fucking saying, oh, no, like, some of the starters, I don't know if this is how you sound to me, but you like lots of starters from the later generations, and they're all fucking garbage. They're all terrible.
Well, that's a fucking lie, because, like, I actually hated a lot of starters. Like, I think,
well, shit.
Generation 6, I believe, was actually the worst. Generation 4 was also very bad.
Yeah, because
this one I'm not liking any of them.
Well, no, because I'm looking over here too, and it's like as soon as we pass Squirtle, well, I mean, even look at this shit, Froakie, that is terrible.
You don't disrespect Froakie.
Is Froakie the one that's on Zoloft?
Zoloft.
What the fuck is Zoloft?
What?
No, because they have the one Pokemon that came out that looks like a depressed little chameleon.
No, Froakie's the frog. It's the one from the last generation.
Oh, okay.
No, 2 generations ago.
Man, fuck you, JP. He says on it. The guy who, like Alan, when he's cornered in an argument, just says fuck you. No, it's not.
Wait, motherfucker, I don't get cornered in an argument. I turn the argument around on myself.
Were you asleep during the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, but I don't. Okay, but I don't. Hey, I don't end it with fuck it. I keep fighting until someone tells me to shut up.
Oh, that's what I should do. No, you're good. But the thing is, looking at this, man. I mean, we got a motherfucker named Oshawott. You know, and
Oshawott.
Okay, yeah, Snivy, all this bullshit, and it's like, okay, well, let's see what we got now, and we got these fucking Pokemon. I don't even know the names, but it's a damn bunny rabbit who fucking shoots fire. I mean, are we really at that point now?
The thing is with the fire types is they're all going by the Chinese zodiac, so the bunny was gonna pop up sooner or later.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, I'm so like, I'm not trying to be like upset because the game has to come out, and we know the game is gonna be good, but it doesn't look fucking good. Jet once again had to argue with you here. You actually defended saying this game looks okay. It fucking does not look okay. It looks like a Nintendo fucking DS game. So
what the fuck?
I'm gonna show because Ganja can give me his opinion too, and Alan. But you cannot say that fucking
Well,
trailer
I
actually
mean-
looked good.
Well, yeah, like the 3D started on the DS, so I guess you got that there. But like, what you want it to look like? Something like Coliseum,
Yeah, or
like
Let's Go.
or XD. Wait, it does. It looks better than Let's Go. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
are you shitting me? No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
People, I'm gonna show you right now on screen. Look at this. Look at this fucking handheld trash. Look at that. That is garbage. Well, no, that's cutscenes right there. There we go. Right there.
Wow.
That is no. It showed actual fighting before that. Fuck you. But over here too, though, like this looks like a Nintendo DS game. It looks like fucking the 6th generation, whatever the fuck. Look at that. That is awful.
I'm sorry. It can look like a first-person shooter or some shit, but I mean, they got a style they're going with.
Yeah, and Roxanne, yeah, I want this shit to look like Digimon. Why is that a fucking bad thing? Is that a bad thing? That's amazing. And the thing is, though, Pokemon Let's Go looks fucking incredible. So what the fuck?
But this one literally looks better. Like it's updated graphics.
This
Let's
doesn't
Go
look great to me.
isn't that far behind, but like they both kind of have the same thing going on with the 3D and stuff like that. It's just like this one's like better looking.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we're in a situation where everything is starting to look a little bit better, and Pokemon Let's Go looks great. This looks on par with Sun and Moon, but this is on the Switch, guys. This is gonna be a $60 fucking video game. And I'm just gonna play the exact same shit, especially with the fucking link cables and all this bullshit. Not link cables, but like train Pokemon to get the evolutions, blah blah, all that bullshit. I know I'm old, fuck you. But it's like when it comes to that, we're gonna be playing the same fucking game we've been playing this entire time. So can you please just like upgrade something to be fucking different?
They did, like it was just a short trailer, man. I gotta show you everything like right there.
Man, Alan,
Like usually
what do you think?
usually these trailers like just like show you like every time like a new game gets announced, they really only show you like the trainers, like how the world works and the starters. It's always been like that.
I mean, look how far away you are from like the camera. Like that looks bad too. At least like on Pokemon Let's Go, whatever, it's like a top-down kind of view, and like the grass looks cool. Everything looks kind of like really. It has a certain style to it. This
has a certain style to it too. Like it's not like,
yeah, the same
basically,
style.
Like all the other Pokemon games had you at a certain distance too. Like are we not gonna forget like the first generation Pokemon game where you basically just looking up at the character and shit?
Yeah, but we've been
Look down at the character.
But we've been on this camera angle for the last 6 to 8 or whatever the fuck years. Like we've been doing that for a long ass time. Like it's time to move on. Like that new Let's Go Pikachu thing in EV was a whole new like. Okay, granted we're gonna do something that's kind of like the first generation, but we are changing a little bit. Like we are in a new era.
God, you got no say in this. Shut up.
What's Ganja saying? Oh, better game. Yeah, no, but like, okay, so Alan, I'm gonna ask you, and I'll get to Ganja in a bit, even though he's gonna say fuck Nintendo. But you, my boy,
Fuck
Alan,
Nintendo.
what do you think on the graphics of this? Because you're a guy who does like your pretty games. Do you see what I'm saying with this?
I can't believe I say this. Yeah, kind of, but I see that. I think that's what they're kind of going for. Like, it does very look. Honestly, I don't really see much difference between this and Let's Go Pikachu or whatever the fuck that game was called. But at the end of it, it's like I don't think anybody plays a Pokemon game for the fucking visuals. Nobody's in there go, oh boy, I hope that this game looks good. They play it because of the Pokemon and the story and just going and exploring a new area. That's kind of why they play. It's almost like kind of like Final Fantasy to a certain degree. It's like we just want to kind of see what the new shit's gonna be, and it's rarely ever the visuals. Like if anything, this kind of plays the same way that these games have always fucking played from the fucking Game Boy. So it's like whatever. The only difference is it's just 3D environments, but it's like, what else is the game gonna have? That's what people buy these fucking games for. And it's like, I mean, I don't give a flying fuck about Pokemon. I'm never gonna play another Pokemon game in my entire goddamn life because I don't give a shit. But like, I know people aren't looking at the fucking pixels when they're buying a Pokemon game. They're arguing like Jed is about the fucking starters.
Yeah, and I mean, I cannot stand the starters. I mean, Jed, what do you feel about the starters? Really quick.
I honestly don't like how most of them look.
Okay.
Like I feel like they're too fucking round. Like their faces all have the same shape. Like at least in the other generations, they all had different like face shapes and shit. This one is just like circle, circle, circle.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I don't want to hate them too much because I know like their final evolutions are going to be probably great. The only one that I was actually pissed off about, where their final evolutions ended up being absolute utter trash that I was really looking forward to, was Oshawott from Generations 5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the water type, and
that
final evolution was trash.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, and that was the one I was looking at earlier too. I was like, oh, Shawut, Ashiwit, where the fuck, you know, Shawat. But yeah, I mean, I don't like. And like, here's the thing too. Like, I know they're supposed to look cute and everything. But like, you could tell that Charmander was gonna be a badass. You could tell that Squirtle was gonna be
What?
shitty
Maybe
DMs.
Squirtle? Dude, Charmander's a little bitch. At least Squirtle looked kind of like he might be able to be somewhat useful. The only one that looked kind of cool was Bulbasaur.
Look, all
Are
I know
you
is,
fucking kidding me?
No. What? No,
Bulbasaur
watch
just,
me.
Bulbasaur just gains weight at every evolution.
Yeah,
he has an
Bulbasaur
eating
gets-
problem.
Yeah, and Squirtle is the one that gets the coolest. Like, that's 100%. He gets the fucking coolest.
Yeah.
He gets shades in the next evolution. He
wait,
gets
hold on.
glasses.
That's the dragon.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No.
Well, Squirtle can beat Charizard ass.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I'm just
Are
saying.
you
Squirtle-
kidding me? Oh, I mean,
Squirtle looks
I
kind of
want to hear
but
from you, Mr. First Generation.
I'm just saying, fucking Blastoise is trash. He can't fucking even turn his fucking neck because that huge ass.
You do
goddamn
realize
turtle
Me
you're,
shell.
too.
you're going to stuff that's basically from the first generation. I'm just saying, Blastoise is great, especially with his Mega Evolution later. He's great.
Now, Blastoise has that stupid ass fucking bazooka, which, by the way, every fucking human has a bazooka. Who gives a fuck? Charizard can fucking fly. He can
yeah,
fly.
and guess what? Those anti-air fucking water guns can shoot that bitch out of the air.
Okay, you being a scientist should know that the fucking water ain't gonna make it all the way to the fucking clouds. It's gonna,
Yeah,
it's gonna
actually,
drip.
depends on... Okay, hey, Nick. So something you want to talk about science, something you actually learned about the military. If you're in range, so is the enemy. If the water jets on Blastoise's back aren't able to reach Charizard, Charizard's fire isn't going to be able to reach Blastoise.
Okay, listen, y'all. I didn't think about that.
Bullshit, a fireball.
Motherfucker, he's a turtle! Bitch will just turtle!
Okay, but think about this. You're talking about, like, man, that plant is awesome. Man, that turtle's awesome. Motherfucker, I'm a man. That dragon, that fucking dragon is awesome.
But we're not talking about Charizard. We're talking about Charmander looking like a little bitch.
I mean,
Vermilion
even then,
looking
like,
okay.
even then,
dinosaur.
like Charmander and like Charizard weren't actually like technically dragons until like Gen 7.
But dude, even think about this shit. Like, okay, let's just say Pokemon are real and you have them in your fucking house. If you have a
Sure.
turtle, it ain't gonna do shit to you. If you had a fucking plant, you could just kind of cut it or stump on it, whatever the fuck. But a Charmander would be like, oh shit, I better not piss him off.
Burn
He's gonna
your
throw-
fucking house down. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's awesome. He's fucking dangerous. It's fucking the Pokemon fight each
So
other.
you don't want the one that's water that might be able to defend you in case of basically anything from bullets to missiles to other fucking Pokemon. You want the one you got to make sure not to piss off or it's gonna burn your fucking house down.
Well, if he loves
Just
you.
hi-
I know,
You want
I
me
know
to
you
send
have
an
issues with
arsonist to your
animals loving
place?
you, but my animals love the fuck out of
All
me.
right, I'm gonna bust down some Everglades knowledge on you motherfuckers.
Oh
Everglades.
This-
god, we don't.
Yeah,
No, we don't need
down
that.
in South Florida when we cook the gators and we cook them turtles. I love how JP down there is like talking about Blastoise also has defense-based creatures.
Black toy.
Well, why? Because the motherfucker has a shell. If Charizard come up to that motherfucker doing a flamethrower, he's gonna cook that bitch in his shell, no matter if that fucker tries to hide in it. It's still organic material in the day, and inside is some soft ass meat that is delicious with some barbecue sauce and salt, bitch.
Okay, one, you'd have to kill it, and two, it also has water, which it consistently funnels through. You don't
Which
think it might be able to, I don't know, cool it down?
Which can get to a boiling point if the creature remains in his turtle shell and just constantly getting
Yeah,
hit
it
with
remains
fire.
in its turtle shell, but we've seen it in both the animation and the game is that it can move in the turtle shell. So guess what? It's not just gonna, it's gonna move.
It can
I
literally
get
shoot
too much
water in
pussy.
every direction. It wants to.
Exactly. And guess what? Water is stronger than fire.
And plus, like, Squirtle can literally like kill like a Charmander right now. All you gotta do is just spit on its tail, go dead.
Oh yeah, you forgot about that shit.
Yeah, you'll put a coat on.
That would also
Over his
kill it.
tail? That'll kill it.
No, but like a tent, you know, like to block it.
Oh, that'll block
a
it.
fire condom?
It'll also. Hey, guess what? Have you ever tried to put a tent in a campfire? In
Have
a
you
tent?
seen a lamp?
That's
A lamp
two
has
different
oil.
materials.
Yeah, that is two different materials, and also it's. Guess what? There's a better chance you'll just light the tent on fire.
If you don't wear coats.
I bought one when I was in fucking Chicago. Leave me alone.
Did
guys.
you?
It was a sweater. Shut the fuck. God damn it.
I wasn't even gonna get involved on this one. You just gonna say stupid shit.
I just love that guy just said black toys.
Sorry, what'd he say?
He said black toys. He was talking too fast. He's like, yeah, that's why black toys is like, oh, that's fucking
I didn't
awesome.
even fucking hear that.
That's when he keeps the shades in the third evolution. But fucking
Woo.
Gotcha, you fuck up too. Look, man. Look, I'm with Jet in the sense of like I know that fucking the third evolution is gonna be cool. Okay, that's not what I'm concerned about.
Maybe.
No, they're usually
No,
pretty good
like
with all
that
generations.
those fifth generation Pokemon, like those disappointed me so goddamn much. So did fourth generation. So I'm not having my hopes too high up. But what I'm saying is, like, although I don't prefer how they look now, maybe they'll look better later. So I'm not gonna put too much hate on them now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree with you in that sense, and I'm gonna give this a chance. I fucking love Pokemon, dude. I love Pokemon, but it's just like, yo, I was expecting a lot more, and I know Roxanne is not the same way. I know you're not the same way. I know Ganja's probably like, oh, I don't give a fuck, it's Nintendo, yeah. But like, dude, they should have did a better job, and they have all the money in the fucking world. Nintendo's whooping everybody's ass.
They
There's
got
no
a style
excuses.
there. They got a style they're going for. Like, I'm sorry, it's not gonna look like most games out there, like fucking Anthem or some shit. But they got a style they're sticking with.
That'd be hilarious if it looked like Anthem. That would be fucking amazing. It would
No,
look
that
like
would be
Anthem.
great. Yeah,
They're never gonna do that. That's way too hyper realistic for Nintendo.
It probably would happen eventually. People just need to tell Nintendo, hey, give me fucking new shit. That's
Okay,
all that
but the
has to
thing is,
happen.
but
But
it's
like
because
each
people
Pokemon
like
game looks like is different, like each game. The only one that is like honestly like guilty of not being anything different is fucking fourth gen, which is my most hated one.
Yeah.
But
moving on.
My ball, and I'm laughing my ass off. He's like, that glass. Are you high again? That's what I'm talking about. Of course you're high. It's an answer, JP. I'm conjuring.
But I will say though, oh god, Rox is saying a Nor style Pokemon game. No, that'd be fucking terrible. People need to stop with the Nor shit. No way. You want the fucking Order again, huh? The Order 1980 bullshit. Oh, you're the only motherfucker.
The Order isn't Noir. It is
you know
Noir
how
is.
nerdy you just sound saying that?
It is. I'm sorry, but okay. That's like fucking saying that. That's like fucking saying Call of Duty's an RTS. You're not gonna be able to. It's not an RTS.
It's not.
It's real time strategy.
That's what I mean, motherfucker. Like it's you could compare two different things.
Okay, so I was wrong, Alan.
Yeah,
Shit.
I know. You're always wrong.
Fucking asshole. But here's the thing, people. So I guess Facebook's having an issue. I'm gonna work on that as we talk about the next thing. To see you guys and your comments and everything. But yeah, Facebook's a piece of shit. I get so angry with that. But now we're moving on to one of the final things to talk about, the second to last thing we're talking about, and that is going to be Johnny Cage being revealed for Mortal Kombat fucking 11. Man, that was so badass. I loved seeing Johnny Cage do one of the best fatalities I've ever fucking personally seen. But Alan, I'm gonna ask you, what? Because for me personally, and I guess I'll say this to lead it to what you're gonna say, but like for me personally, Johnny Cage was the last person that I needed a reveal for. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, he's been in every single video game. What's a character that you're getting sick of? And is Johnny Cage one of those characters that you're kind of like, you're over now?
It's funny because I up till MKX, so I guess up to MK9, including MK9, I never liked Johnny Cage because I always felt like he's just a chauvinistic guy, and I always hated that character. It's like Johnny Bravo, but Mortal Kombat doesn't get the joke. But then when MKX came along and they calmed him down and made him a real character and actually changed up the whole dynamic of like, yeah, he married Sonya Blade, and guess what? Sony's a terrible mother as opposed to Johnny Cash. Jesus.
Fuck Shaggy. I want Johnny Cash's DLC, bro. Come at you with that guitar and shit.
I'll hurt your ass today.
The worst part is when MK
fatality, it's gonna be the song of Folsom Prison by he's playing the bar fall down of nowhere, and he just comes up and shanks you as the music plays.
I used to do that all the time when MK9 and X came out, and my friends would clown me for hours because I kept saying Johnny Cash. Any fucking way.
Awesome.
When MKX came in, yeah, they were able to change up the character a lot, and they actually made Johnny. He was the one that was actually like taking care of his daughter. That's why the daughter had so much of his personality, because Sony's a terrible mother. I'm like, I'm glad they changed that up because they really go with the trope that the woman's always going to be the more responsible. It's like, no, let's change up the trope a little bit. So I really enjoyed the character there. But I think to a certain degree is less of. I think he's one of those characters where he doesn't really need to have a reveal trailer because you kind of know. Like, I think they should really stick to reveal trailers for characters that you don't really know. Because, like, Jade, you don't really know. She wasn't an MK9, so I don't think she's an MKX either. So it makes sense for her to have a reveal trailer. But I saw that, I'm like, whatever. It's Johnny Johnny just doing his thing. I'm not even going to bother.
Oh, my God.
It's just Johnny doing his fucking thing, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
reveal for Mortal Kombat
Yeah, I
today.
can't wait for Johnny Tsunami, man. This is gonna be a great DLC character.
Tsunami. Nobody remembers that fucking movie but you
Yes,
and me.
they do, and if they don't, they're fucking whores.
That movie sucks.
yeah, the glasses throwing thing, I think that's one of the best. I'm surprised that they haven't used that as a move a long time ago because he throws this projectile, and I guess you guys just saw when I changed the transition. But like, what the fuck? Like, and here's one thing too. I know it's fantastical and fucking crazy, but like, I really love it when there's a reason why they throw the projectile. That green shit, what the fuck is that? Like, why did they keep this in the game? You know,
they explained it in either 9 or 10, but it's basically just it's again. You can fucking guess. Johnny Cage. Just gonna stop. Holy shit, Eddie!
He's not gonna stop fucking up.
This is a constant problem. Any fucking way. They need some sort of bloodline that has some sort of dragon powers.
Oh, so Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Well, no. Iron Fist is some other bullshit, but like it's part of his family that got lost, and that's why Cassie Cage has it as well.
Peter Parker saying, "I hated Johnny Cash." And JP's fucking with me too, saying, "Nick, so I messed up. Shut up." Like, yeah, no, I do that all the time. It sucks. But at least I don't say Johnny Cash, right? I won again, Alan. Fuck you. No, but
not a win. You not losing isn't the same thing as winning.
But Jet, I'm gonna ask you. So and this is a running joke with us now, but every single time I bring up Jet when it comes to Mortal Kombat, for some reason I accidentally say she fucking hates it when she doesn't. I don't know what I base that off of. But Johnny Cash. Oh my no!
Yes! Yes!
No!
Yes!
No! No! No!
Yeah. Oh, I never
Betrayed.
fuck up, man. Alice, you're never gonna get me on the show.
Multi-track drifting. No.
God damn it! Man, fuck you, Alan, you bitch!
Hey, that's all I know is that's a fuck up.
That was great.
You know
Jet,
what?
what the fuck do you think about this trailer?
All right, I know we're gonna be way off topic when we get to the next thing, but like, can we have our outro being like Johnny Cash? You just play it for like 5 seconds.
You
towards the end?
probably will.
Okay, because that has to happen now.
The Ring of Fire.
Yeah, I love that song, by the way. I love Ring of Fire.
Jet, I'm gonna ask you. Did you ever give a shit, Jet, about Johnny Cage?
Just say Johnny, okay? We know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna reveal that basically Johnny Cage and Johnny Cash are basically just like costumes at this point? He's basically gonna be in fucking Mortal Kombat. Is that what you're trying to hint at?
I don't think they'll get the. I don't think they could ever get the rights to that.
God, I wish we had a bigger fan base, and I love every one of y'all that's watching right now. But if we have one dude that could do some modding work, if you can mod Johnny Cash into this game for us, I will love you. I will pay you.
I'm literally like I'm having fun and I'm joking and everything, but I'm so fucking mad that literally this bastard just gave that fucking thing to me. It's like it follows.
Again, my friends would clown me for hours because I kept doing it.
No, this is
I
fucking
couldn't
live
stop.
streamed. I might actually edit this out. Like, I'm so irritated.
I'll edit it back in.
But no, but Johnny Cage, Jet, like, did you ever?
You mean
like,
Johnny Cash?
No, god damn it. What'd you think of this guy, like, before this reveal? Like, did you ever give a shit about, Johnny Cage?
Well, I mean, like, I've always liked Johnny Cage. Like, I know a lot of people hate him and stuff like that, but, I mean, my first time basically, like, basically being, revealed, like, him being revealed to me was in the second Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, when he
And at that
basically
point, I was
died.
just like, well, this dude just died, like, way in the beginning. That's weird. It wasn't until a couple years later where I learned, like, oh, he had a whole-ass character in the fucking first one. I didn't even realize I was watching the second one. But anyway... Yeah, like, in the games, like, he's always been charismatic and fun and shit, so, like, I mean, I don't have a problem with him.
Yeah, by the way, I like a Peter Parker saying, if I can laugh like Ganja, I would laugh so fucking hard. Ganja has that fucking laugh that's, like, so irritating because he's enjoying your failure so fucking much.
Oh, I hate Ganja's laugh more than anyone knows.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not doing like all comedy movies and shit when the dude fucks up and everything's quiet and the guy that's supposed to be his closest friend just starts going ha ha ha, and it just starts the whole fucking crowd laughing at their ass.
Yeah, dude, that shit. I'm just like, man, fuck you, Ganja. Stop fucking laugh.
Stop fucking up. I wouldn't laugh.
I'm trying not to. But Cage, no, like I got. No, I said Cage. I said Cage.
No, he got it that time. You can tell when someone's about to fuck up.
Oh yeah. By the way, I actually hate Mortal Kombat.
Don't you fucking no. The thing is though, is like we watched High Score Girl recently, and like you weren't mad that they weren't showing Mortal Kombat shit. You're like, oh yeah, Street Fighter. I'm like, dude, no, fuck that. Like Street Fighter was garbage. I'm sorry, people, but Street Fighter 2 is overly.
Street Fighter was like, I can understand why they prefer Street Fighter like over Mortal Kombat, because over there like Street Fighter was way more popular.
Yeah, no, but I did not like Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat I've always been with the entire time, but one character I never fucking liked was Johnny Cage. And now we're in a situation where, you know, they're doing a reveal for him, and this guy has died so many times in this fucking series, he's fucking been forgotten to put inside of a game a couple of times, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, Johnny Cage, and I'm like, okay, this might be a sign that we're starting to kind of run out of superstars for this Mortal Kombat game. You know, like...
Well, I mean, at least he's alive. Unlike some people who should be the main character.
Who? What, you talking about Scorpion?
No, I'm talking about Liu Kang.
Oh, no,
Liu Kang. Yeah, that's the character I goddamn fucking hate. Fuck Liu
Kang.
Kang. He's the biggest John Cena motherfucker in the goddamn Mortal Kombat universe.
How the fuck is John Cena when he died in Deadly Alliance?
I am always going to do the order. I must do the right thing at all times. I can never do anything differently. I must meditate on this. Man, he's a little bitch.
Look at Scorpion.
I'm glad he fucking died.
Scorpion is fucking Roman Reigns, basically, where literally Ed Boon has a fucking boner for him. And
I actually hate Scorpion.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Mortal Kombat, like, what's it guys? Fucking Scorpion is. They love him more than Sub-Zero because Sub-Zero's a little bitch.
I don't even know. They're the same fucking dude, except one has ice, one has fire. So that's what's so frustrating to me.
They're the same fucking dudes, except with completely different powers, different colors, different voices, different backstories.
But, dude, like, you know that, especially when they first came out, too, like, their whole story...
I know!
They're all linked together. Like, what the fuck? Like,
dude, there's seven different colors. There's a rainbow of fucking guys that look identical to different characters.
I guess, but it's just...
The girls, too.
Well, yeah, I would say yes, except for when Jade came around, because the thing is,
no, they all had basically the same body type and the same goddamn.
No, Jade was black, and then she had a big ass stick.
Wow.
Melina and Kitana were basically the same, except Melina was fucked up.
But they had the same. They had the same damn costume.
They literally the fucking like Jade, Kitana, and Melina were all just female versions of the fucking other people we just mentioned.
Yeah, I
like motherfucking Ermac was just red.
Yeah, but at first, like, I mean, you're talking about, like, same costume, the same fucking voice and everything. Like, yeah, Ermac was basically the same. And then they even had Smoke, who had the get over here move. And it's like, yeah, like, this is copycats, basically. It's weird.
Well, it always happened like that, because you couldn't really do a lot of, like, stuff then. And they had a lot of characters, so they would do the copycats. But especially with MKX, what they did with Rain, and they just made this weird water magician, I'm like, okay. What I like about what they're doing, especially bringing back older characters, is you still have to have the superstars. It's like if they ever want to do Smash Bros. And they want to reduce the cast, you're not going to take Mario out of Smash Bros. You're not going to take DK out of Smash Bros.
Well, yeah, but Mario and DK are the Scorpion Liu Kang of the franchise. I will tell you this much: Johnny Cage, he would definitely not be. He would be like the Kirby of Smash Brothers. And I'm sorry, but like I don't even know why the fuck Smash Ultimate even had Kirby as a main fucking character. Like no one gives a fuck about Kirby that much.
Because the guy who is the director and makes a lot of Smash Bros. His first game was a Kirby game. That's his baby.
Yeah, so
it's a smooth situation with the Scorpion.
Also, Kirby's considered the strongest person in the Nintendo universe.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's fucking
stupid. You can actually see that because like Kirby, literally all he has to do is swallow you, and then he gets your fucking powers. And he's fought dodges. He fought dodge and everything. Like they revealed.
Oh, it's Link. Link has fought a lot of gods.
They revealed the only two other technically Nintendo characters that would have been able to survive were Palutena and Bayonetta.
Well, Palutena because she's literally a goddess, but fucking Link's shield took 4 of those blasts. He's fucking
and Kirby he was able to.
Kirby didn't take a single one. He just ran the fuck away.
Yeah, and maybe Link should have did that too. Oh wait, he can't get away, can he?
If there's a fight between Kirby and Link, Link kicks Kirby's goddamn pink ass.
Oh, well, you do realize Kirby can literally suck up Link and take his powers and kill him.
What? Oh, woo! He gets a fucking boomerang for 15 seconds.
No, and he literally once he beats enemies, he literally actually kills them.
I can't wait till she kills you one day.
I love Alan. How is it that every single fight is with you? You are so much more violent than me. I'm sick of being the angry one.
What are you talking about? You fucking, you literally brought me in to the fucking Pokemon fight.
I'm like
I didn't
Kirby
say
and
a
I
word
sucked you
about
in.
that.
I'm sorry. I just want to make it Kirby.
Everybody loves Kirby.
Hey, I don't hate Kirby, but Kirby's a bitch.
But it's like they overhype. They overhype
Kirby's not. It's like you literally do something with Kirby's food, he'll literally kill your ass. Like Kirby doesn't take shit.
Yeah, but Kirby again, as soon as you get hit, the power leaves.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, I think it does actually, doesn't it?
It doesn't Smash Bros.
No.
As soon as you fucking get hit.
Yeah, and even in the games
in
too.
the games, it's different.
And again, in a lot of other games with a lot of different characters, it's different. The only reason he was in the fucking there is because Sakura. The same thing with Mortal Kombat to bring it back. Ed Boon loves Scorpion more than anything.
Sakura, I think of the bitch from Naruto.
I'm thinking of the bitch from Grudge.
I'm pretty sure I'm getting the name wrong, but like again, the creator created Kirby, much like the creator worked heavily on Scorpion. That's why like a Scorpion reveal trailer will be the biggest. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, waste of fucking time ever. Because it's like, well, we know to a certain degree he's gonna be in the game. I think he's been, except for the random spinoffs, I'm pretty sure Scorpion's been in every single Mortal Kombat game ever.
Yeah, and really quick, so like the big thing that everyone's talking about this as well is the fact that on top of this reveal, which is cool as well, they're doing this. They have the fucking, the fatalities. They always show those with the reveals. And yeah, man, this is actually a pretty good fucking fatality. I was gonna ask you guys, what is your favorite fatality? Because we will never ever talk about this again, most likely. But yeah, like this is cool. This reminds me of Mortal Kombat 4. Mortal Kombat 4 had lots of fatalities where you throw the fucking head or a limb or something at the camera. I thought that was really cool. Then it became kind of like a joke. Like it's like, oh man, they thought they were so cool doing that. And it's like they're gonna do the same thing with this fucking game in 5 years. But yeah, for me personally, dude. There's a fatality that literally made me sick to my fucking stomach, and I still to this day cannot watch it. It's Baraicho's from Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh,
yeah. X. Fuck you, gotcha. But there's a part where he does something to somebody, like he makes them drink something, and then they sneeze so fucking hard that their brain and the intestines and shit like go through their nostrils, their nose. And the dude just keeps fucking coughing and spitting and blah blah, and like he dies that way. It is fucked up, dude. It's so rough to watch.
I hate Baraicho. He's so fucking disgusting.
No, he really is. The fart moves and shit. Like it's so stupid. It makes
he's a drunk. No, he's a drunken fighter.
Any character who like farts in games and does that shit, like I'm instantly annoyed.
With me, the thing with fatalities, I can't think of a single one because that was the whole point of the game for me. Like the minute I could learn how to do a fatality, I loved every minute of it. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite. But with the newer games, I loved the multi-layer effects in terms of like there's an X-ray vision, it goes like 3D into the heart exploding because his punch was so brutal. I like that shit because it actually gives weight to the fatality, and I really feel like in terms of like, oh my god, that dude's gut is impaled, because I just watched it get impaled. Like the best way anatomy can be traded in these games, and it goes with the way the series is. It's just the brutality of it. So I really don't have a favorite one, but I do appreciate the ones that are like more graphic in terms of the way they kill, kind of like what you mentioned, the spit one.
Yeah, no, and one thing that when you say that, one thing that comes to mind is Jax's fatalities are always really big when he like rips off someone's arms, or even Quan Chi's, he rips off a leg and beats you to death while you wait for the credits to end. That shit's fucking awesome. But Alan, how about you, man? Like, what's a fatality that kind of goes in your head? The first thing you think about when you say the word fatality?
Because the thing is, like, I played Mortal Kombat a lot when I was a kid, but like, I never remembered the fatalities, so it was just like I never really kind of cared to memorize. But one of the ones I did enjoy from MK9 was I keep forgetting the guy with the hat, not Raiden, but the guy with the buzzsaw hat.
Kung Lao.
Yeah, Kung Lao. Yeah, because he would basically turn into a buzzsaw, and it would just drag you through. I'm like, that's kind of cool. That's overly elaborate, but like that's kind of cool. That's really the only one I can think of that pops into my head because the only one I really remember.
Yeah, man. But no, and I'm such a huge geek with the shit. Jed, I don't know if you even care too much about fatalities. You're probably somebody.
I hate it. I hate Mortal Kombat.
No, I'm sorry for always saying that. God damn it.
Oh, he's the same way. He thinks I hate Zack Snyder.
Yeah, what's surprising? You talked a lot of shit when that came up, but we're not even gonna get into that right now because I know you're gonna be like, no, I didn't. Fucking yeah. You always do that. I'm sorry. I apologize for what I just did. You don't sound like that, Alan. Okay, just put the fucking hand on the camera to shut me up. I guess I don't know.
Yes.
But Jet, you fatality. What's the first thing you think of when it comes to Mortal Kombat fatalities? What's something that you enjoy watching?
Honestly, I'm just like Alan, where I don't really remember a lot of fatalities from the past or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whenever a new game comes out, I remember those fatalities and whatnot, so I probably, I won't say anything, before 10. But yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of like favorites, Melina's, where she basically like pulls the person apart and like starts eating them and shit.
Oh, that was so fucked up. I know exactly what you're talking about. And what? Do you remember what game that was on?
That was MKX, wasn't it?
I believe
Wait,
so. I can't
Where
remember.
what? She eats people or some shit?
No, she
Yeah, she
literally
just-
eats. Yeah, like they're basically she rips them in half and they're still alive while she eats them as they're alive watching it.
Damn.
It's really really fucked up. I'm trying to
It's
load it, but my
probably
shit's fucking.
MKX.
And like another one that basically that I like, but honestly it's one of those ones where I can't watch but I still like it. I remember Kenshi had one where he basically, if I remember correctly, like he pulls veins out of people and shit and basically like has them hanging like a fucking puppet and I was
Yeah.
like, that's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was rough. And they even did this thing too back in the day. I remember Corey even did this on Double Toasted's live stream where he basically would do this thing where you had to eat it while watching all the fatalities in the compilation. And
Ugh.
yeah, I mean, it,
Whatever.
Like I'd be able to do that, but when it came to Kenshi, I'd be like, okay, that's I
Nah,
can't watch that.
If it's, I could do that easily because if it's brutal violence, that will make me sick to my stomach. The only time I ever get that is if like, oh, it's like bodily fluids or like shit and piss. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit for this shit.
yeah. And here's this Melina thing that you're talking about. By the way, this shit was brutal. Like I mean that the victim is just watching this like fuck. Oh, I gotta watch this shit, and then Melina just starts eating. Fuck yeah, dude. That is badass. I
That's
love that so
fucking-
much. I know it's
Yeah.
disturbing, but it's so cool.
That's how I'm gonna get killed by my girlfriend.
No
Yeah,
shit.
probably.
But you, Alan, it's time for us again to this fucking thing. We're getting the fuck out of here. Initial thoughts on the Anthem. Yeah, man, how you feeling? Because I remember I was pissed and you were trying to calm me down with this game. But yeah,
Right. It's funny because there is a lot I want to talk about this game, and there's a lot of stuff I want to break down. But honestly, the only thing I want to start this off with saying that this game is the epitome of average. Every single thing that this game tries to do, from the story to the gameplay to the flying, is the definition of average. I think this game should just be called average. It shouldn't be called the Anthem. Because everything that it just does to a passable degree. This is the equivalent of a D in school. This is the equivalent of the kid that showed up and actually ran a lap, even though he fucking walked
Had
most
to
of
be
it.
in school. Wouldn't it
that's
be?
why
Wouldn't be C?
Sorry, Canada.
Like
the
D
D,
is like D is below average.
Huh. Anyway, Canada does things differently. But anyway, whatever the passing grade is in whatever country you're currently in, that's what this game feels like. But it also feels like, again, very similar to Warframe. This game takes a lot from Warframe more than anything else. And Warframe, for the most part, is a really fucking average game too. But honestly, it's like there's nothing really I can really talk about because it's okay. It doesn't blow me away. It doesn't make me mad. It doesn't go, oh man, I wish I didn't buy this, or oh hey, I'm glad I did buy this. It's more like, it's okay. That's really the best thing.
Yeah.
And I do want to talk about the flying. I want to talk a little bit more in depth on the flying, but I'll just wait to you actually see what you think.
yeah, because and I'll start off with the flying because the thing that I have an issue with the most about this is the fact that it did what Marvel Spider-Man did, where it's like it perfected this one thing or made this thing really really cool and stand out, and you feel like lots of work was put into it. And then everything else is like, oh yeah, and then we got a game too, whatever. Like,
And we got something else too if you want to enjoy that.
Do a little, yeah.
yeah, and it's like because the flying's fun as fuck. I love the flying. I love everything about the flying. And some people were complaining about like, oh, I cannot believe that you have a limit on your flying. Which, by the way, that limit doesn't make sense. Like, you just jump back up and do it again. Like, why the fuck do you have a limit on it? And now it's just annoying. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
So,
it was
and
odd.
again, I can definitely go into that because, like, it's weird. It's not a limit like in the same way as some other games where it's a fuel limit. It's an overheating limit. So it's basically, and the game is actually designed around it because you have to understand that the limitations of current technology means that flying that's one of the biggest problems with flying is actually making a level big enough that it matters. Imagine if you were playing God of War, and I think we talked about this in the after hours. God of War's level design would make flying completely irrelevant because just sprinting in this game would be enough to traverse the levels. You need to build something as big as a GTA game. That's why I always specifically say I want a Rockstar game. I want Superman to be made by Rockstar to a certain degree because they could make a huge level like that. The flying in this game is when you look at flying, and people have been trying to do this since the fucking NES with Super Mario fucking World, and you get the fucking leaf to fly. But it's always been gliding. It's always been you go up and then you immediately start descending till you fall to the ground. This is the next step above the Arkham, because Arkham you still fall into the ground until you web zip or until you do your back grapple. What this is you're going straight and then you fall. You're not descending. You're consistently going straight. If you hit a waterfall or some water, you get to go longer.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to balance the game. I think it's the only way to balance it, the game just not crashing every time we try to boot.
And then here's the main thing too, because like Jet, we played lots of multiplayer on this, and I'm about to have a huge complaint, but I'm going to chill for a second. What did you feel about the matchmaking as well as the gameplay of the game? What do you feel about this, Jet?
Like Alan said, the game is honestly completely average.
Yeah.
I will say, installing this game was the fucking worst.
Yeah.
With emphasis on worst.
Worst.
Like, there's nothing worse than basically going in to the goddamn game on free play, playing all that you want, getting a whole bunch of rare shit, and the great game crashes.
Yeah.
And so you lose all your shit. And let's say you're playing for like a couple hours and whatnot. I've had that shit happen 4 goddamn times. And it's just like, why exactly am I still playing this?
Yeah. And we try to play so much, and then we finally got to work, and then it says, oh, it's going to close in 2 hours. And I'm like, listen, everyone made fun of Ark when he did that shit. And you know what, though? At least when I play Ark, I'm playing with my friends right away. It's really quick to start up a fucking match. It's doing all 50 of these things going on. What were you saying, Gaja?
No, suck that dick.
No.
Yeah, and then look at the map and go, where are your coordinates? I'm like, what coordinates? And then spend 4 hours trying to find your friends.
But at least there's a map and there's coordinates that you'll get, and you can go to a site that tells you. With this fucking game, that map looks like it wasn't fully rendered. It's like someone took a picture while moving the fucking phone, going blah, 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 and then like took a picture and then zoomed it like super in, and then just put names on shit.
I'll fucking jump to you. I think this is the worst map I've ever seen in a video game.
Yeah,
this is worse than Fable 3's map.
I haven't even seen that map, but like
okay,
I trust
you. Rainbow 3, holy shit. Fable 3, when you press start, it transports you to a fucking bedroom, and that's the menu. You just walk into a random room.
That's the worst menu I have literally ever fucking seen.
Wow.
This is a step below, but as soon as you press start, the game doesn't pause, because, that would be nice. It just stops you, so it doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing from flying to being shot at. You gotta go through 8 different menus to find whatever the fuck you want, so at that point, don't even bother ever pressing start. So you press the fucking middle bar in order to get the fucking menu up, and it just zooms you in, and you can't zoom out properly. Like, this is one of the worst maps I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Unless, like, another problem is, like, whenever you, like, complete something on the goddamn map, literally everyone's just mostly standing there because they gotta wait to be told where the fuck to go. Like, it could be like 20 seconds after, like, whoever the fuck's talking to you is done talking, and then you're just like, okay, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Oh, the map thing finally showed up. But even then, like, it's so fucking hard to navigate. The maps don't help you. Like, you constantly not, like, bump into trees. So basically, you fall and shit. Like, it's awful.
Yeah, when you bump into shit, it's like that fucking game, I forgot, Telemorph or whatever for Atari Jaguar. That where'd you learn to fly? Where'd you learn to fly? It's like, I don't know. When'd you learn to program a fucking game? Because like every time you crash into something, the whole camera's like, fuck, I can't believe we did that, and then you just fall. Yeah. And it's like, okay, dude, I know, like, I get that. As far as like, if I was really flying, I'd probably have some trouble if I crash into shit.
Yeah.
But do you have to make it where I'm like fucking dizzy watching the goddamn game do its shit? Like, really, it does not have to be that insane.
I'll have sometimes like a few glitches. I haven't dealt with many problems. You have a few glitches. I have is like the game just doesn't want to register things existed. At one point, it's like, hey, destroy 12 of these pods. I'm like, I did. Why'd you only count 11?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I missed one. maybe I fucking missed one. 15 minutes later, no. I'm like, well, let me reload the checkpoint. I can't reload the checkpoint. Let me die. I don't know how to kill myself. Okay, let me just walk away to the fucking edge of the mission. Oh, hey, you finished it. I'm like, fuck you. That's the first time in a long time. I'm like, fuck you, game.
Yeah, I feel like I heard you say I figured myself.
I know I said that.
I might as well just
not to this game.
This should have her dry.
But yeah, it's just like, again, there's so many of these small little problems, and it's like small little problems don't matter if you're having a decent time, but it's like when I'm shooting and I'm having a shootout with the enemies, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. The shooting is fun. But there's so much other
good guns.
Oh god, okay, the fucking light machine, the light machine gun and the fucking shotgun are the only weapons I fucking use, because the marksman rifle is a piece of goddamn shit. I'm never using a fucking sniper rifle, and the assault rifle fires in 3 bursts. You're fighting hundreds of enemies. Who fucking uses a burst fire weapon in hordes of enemies? What are you aiming for?
No, it's frustrating, and then like the biggest thing too, as far as like weaponry or whatever the fuck. Look, I'm so cool with not having tutorials for shit. And I also understand that you have to have tutorials for shit. This game has tutorials for shit that I'm like, okay, is this for my grandma? Like, I know how to do this part. And then, the one thing that's super fucking important, they don't tell you how to change your gun. And I'm like, okay, dude, I know, like, I literally had to look this up, and I felt so
Oh, yeah,
stupid.
they don't.
Yeah, you have to hold square
that.
to change your gun, which, by the way, is some fucking Batman on Super Nintendo ass shit. Like, why the fuck would I hold square to change my gun? You know how many times I change my gun when I'm trying to, like, grab materials and shit off stuff? Like, why would you have that be the exact same fucking thing?
Yeah, it's a fucking weird ass system because it's like instead of press square for it to be your context sensitive, it's hold square to be your fucking context sensitive, which is, hey, simple game design. Don't ever have your reload button be your fucking like context sensitive button.
Yeah,
it's a fucking mess sometimes.
It's like, and that's like simple shit. Like I know like this game is trying to do a lot of things, so I'm being super forgiving over a lot, but it's like the little shit, y'all, like layers. It fucking adds up. Don't have a bunch of little shit happen that's wrong because it ends up being a big problem, and then your game is trash.
Yeah.
That multiplayer though thing, and now I'm gonna get into my whole thing. And you, Alan, you already know what I'm gonna say.
Oh, I know. You fucking yelled at you. We started a call so you could yell at me.
Yeah, people with the gaming industry. Again, with the fucking gaming industry. Ganja, it took me hours to just download this big ass fucking game, right? And you know about this because you have a PS4 now, so you dealt with this with Red Dead Redemption.
I just play Hearts of Iron when I let that shit download.
Exactly. And good God, this takes so fucking long, and every single update is fucking huge. So imagine waiting all night, you bought it early, you spent a bunch of fucking money, you got it, and then you get into the game, and the game's like, you can't play. And I'm like, I bought it. And you're pressing start, and it's doing all this shit. And then the game doesn't even fucking tell you, and this is on PSN's fault too, but I look at my notifications to see if there's an update. There's nothing going on because the PlayStation didn't tell me because I was in the middle of playing. The fucking network, whatever the fuck, didn't tell me, oh, we don't have enough room to install this other huge fucking update because unfortunately you bought another game. So I'm literally just stuck, not able to do anything. And I get that you need to have the newest updates, and yeah, that's my fault. I should have deleted all my fucking video games for this one because that's how we live nowadays for gamers. But like, you can't even let me walk around? I can't even just walk and look at shit? What the fuck?
Yeah, like there's like honestly, it's one of those things where it's like this got an offline mode without a problem. Like this, just throw me in free play. Like there's enough random things that happen that it's like that's not necessarily a problem. Like I didn't deal with that issue. I just set it in and watched some television and went back and played the game, and then got disconnected and had to redo the tutorial 3 times. That's the only real connection issues I had to deal with. But like I could see how that is very frustrating. And honestly, the thing is like so many people are frustrating. I know Julian's saying it sounds like fucking garbage. I am concerned that when I look at this game, I look at the same way of Warframe and Rainbow Siege. When those games came out, people did not like either of those games. Those games were laughed out the goddamn room. But both companies said, fuck it, we're going to dedicate ourselves to make sure that this game doesn't die. We're going to keep releasing free content. We're going to then charge for other content to make sure that there's still a reason to pick up this fucking game and play every single day. And Anthem could be that other fucking game. Anthem could be a situation where it could be the No Man's Sky where next year we're like, holy shit, we're so glad we bought Anthem,
Yeah.
But it's EA. These guys don't understand past a quarter. These guys aren't going to sit there and by quarter I mean like a quarter of earnings. I don't think that they're gonna. I wish they would. I wish they would do like they did with Titanfall and keep supporting Titanfall because Titanfall basically succeeded despite EA's fucking interference.
Yeah.
And I think that if they keep supporting this game, that eventually it'll be fucking awesome. Because right now it's decent. Right now it's average, but it could easily be something incredible if they give it the time it fucking needs.
No, yeah, I completely agree, man. And that's the thing that's too. And by the way, thank you very much, CJ, for the biddies, for the bits. And he's talking about like, yeah, we're playing Mortal Kombat 11 when it comes out. Fuck yeah, we are. Because this game, I gotta tell you, and Ganja, I remember me, you, Allie in '90s. For everyone who doesn't know, he used to be a co-host with us. We were talking about we're all gonna buy Anthem and play together. God damn it, dude! 4 people, it's a max that you can play with people. So now someone's always gonna be left out. That's fucking annoying because, once again, I hate to keep bringing up Ark, but it's like a game that's not even finished yet. It's the best game I ever played in the last fucking 3 years, whatever the fuck. Or maybe Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter can fit tons of people playing in one thing. Why the fuck can't this game do that? It's not that crazy to think, okay, you could probably fit at least 6 people. 4?
Yeah, like now that I think about that, free play, you could easily add way more than 4 people in there.
Yeah, look at GTA 5. Look at Red Dead.
This is the company that fucking made the fucking Mass Effect 3, where they had their fucking 4 people co-op horde mode, which is their entire multiplayer. Like, yeah, this is par for the course for BioWare. BioWare doesn't do multiplayer. This is the company that's built on single-player games. That's the equivalent of having me fucking direct a historical documentary.
Oh, okay, but I can't let you go on Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, because that was actually fun.
No,
the
okay,
the map was small enough where like four people actually worked.
Dude, Mass Effect multiplayer is fun for about a week until you realize that's all you can fucking do.
And people, it also comes to just options. What's frustrating about this? It's like, look, I don't really need multiplayer. Like what Alan said, BioWare doesn't do multiplayer. Okay, cool. You guys are trying to do multiplayer. I respect that you're attempting to go into some place that you're not used to. I get you're gonna fuck up. That's fine. It's no big deal. But I can't even play by myself. I try to do a private fucking match, and it still plays like a multiplayer match. And if my internet's not working, I can't even fucking try to play it.
Yeah,
people, if I now officially, I just bought a $60 fucking video game, guys, and tax 65. I just bought a game that if I don't have my shit together and don't play my fucking like internet, if I don't have that shit going on, I cannot play this game. I can just throw it away or sell it at a pawn shop. That's what's so fucking frustrating. Because back in the day, like, if you leave your kids at home and, like, you know, you don't want them on the internet being fucking perverts, you can just, like, let them play a video game. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you can just, you know, games are games. Like, that's separate from everything else. Now it's like, no, I really fucking need to have my internet on because now I'm back to a situation where half the games I got in my fucking room, I cannot play unless I have the internet. That's super, super frustrating. And you know, if you just did something like, yeah, here's the offline mode, and you can download that, you can play that, and then, you know, if you don't have no fucking friends, which, by the way, people, I have friends because of this shit. Okay, I don't actually have lots of friends in my real life. So, so playing this shit, it's like, if I didn't have Jet and Alan, like, I would want to play
I
myself.
didn't mention that fucking all.
Well, because you
don't have the fucking game. What do you want to say?
No, don't lie to him. We all know what we meant.
No, the thing is too is like fucking Ganja, he's not even going to like, he ain't gonna play Anthem. He can play anything that's not fucking just the same old shit, which is no offense to you or anything. Like, you know, I get it. Like Red Dead.
Hate him.
No, because Ganja would get upset. He's gonna whoop my ass. But look at like to Alan's point, like I have to like take L's now because like look at God of War. You can just play that. Look at fucking Red Dead. You can just play it. You know, this is why those fucking it's frustrating. But the game is beautiful. The storylines are good. BioWare does a good job with dialogue and the faces. There's a character named Owen I like.
Is the story really good though?
It's okay.
I mean, like with BioWare games, like I can pay attention to the story because the characters are interesting and I can focus on the story. But this one, they talk so goddamn much. Like, damn, breathe. I can't follow all this shit, and the subtitles are so fucking terrible too. It's like you take 2 steps. Oh, hey, here's a whole page of basically like everything we're gonna tell you right now about the story. Oh, hey, go around and pick up these codexes and shit, even though they don't give you any experience. Like, why are we even picking them up? Why? Like, I'm not interested in this world at all. It's not interesting. Like, Owen's a cool character and all that. Like, he's probably like the most fun. Everyone else is so boring.
The quest givers at the start are really boring, but then you eventually meet up with some of your old pals, which are kind of cool. Like the dialogue does feel, but it's weird. It's so long-winded because this is the company that, again, every game they've ever fucking made, from Jade Empire to fucking the end of Mass Effect, was have 4 dialogue choices to see how you're gonna go. This is the fuck it. We're just gonna keep talking until we fucking give up talking.
And the biggest thing that's frustrating about this too is like I had an issue wanting to play like the missions already beat because I was playing some of these missions and I was, you know, it's multiplayer. So I wasn't listening to the dialogue because we're kind of like talking about what we should do. Like, hey, you should go this way. I should go that way. But, you know, the whole fucking thing. Right. So now when I go back and read the fucking story, guess what's going to happen, y'all? I'm going to go to YouTube and watch a fucking streamer. I bought a goddamn game, and I'm still watching Let's Plays to get the story. Fuck you.
And they're like talking to you while like you're fighting and stuff like that. Like, and they'll say something really important. They'll say something really important and shit, and it's like, okay, like I'm looking at the subtitles, I'm trying to fight at the same time. I can't do both. Or, I mean, I can, but it would like require a lot of more focus than I have. And it's just Like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, stop talking. Let me play the game. Let me play the fucking game.
Cardinal sin of video gaming is having dialogue during an action scene. Like, that's a cardinal sin. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was. There's a bunch of games that I'm like, okay, this fucking boss fight is goddamn awful because of that shit.
Yeah.
But I guess the last thing I'd want to say about this is, and I was talking about this in the after hours, is I think that this game is the PS4's Mirror's Edge, in the sense of it's an average game with an interesting mechanic that it never utilizes properly. Because like you look at Mirror's Edge, and Mirror's Edge might as well just be an infinite runner, because the entire game of Mirror's Edge is do a bunch of platforming sections, watch a cutscene, and then do a bunch of platforming sections until the end. That's every fucking level. There's no variation at all except for the fucking level design. But what did they do? That game didn't do so well. Dying Light goes, fuck it, we snatching that shit. You ain't fucking using it, and they made a fucking amazing ass game. Somebody, probably not this generation, maybe next generation, or at some fucking point, they're gonna grab the fucking flight of Anthem and they're gonna make an amazing fucking game. And I can't wait to see what that is. And I think Julian's asking, is EA gonna support this? I don't know. I don't think EA knows what support.
They're barely even supporting their fucking store that's actually in the goddamn game. That only has like 5 things that you can buy.
Yeah.
That store is pointless. Like, even with microtransactions, I get microtransactions are a part of video games now. But at least when you open up a fucking store, there's at least more than 6 options. Like, there's no chance for me to spend my money on anything.
I like how they have 2 stores in there, and they both sell the exact same goddamn items.
Yeah.
Like this is a brand new store that opened up. Come see what we have. Oh, finally.
Yeah.
You guys got the same goddamn shit.
And the frustrating thing too is like, because I love fucking Julian. Me and Julian's rage shit started when he talked about Ghost Simulator and how much he fucking loves it. So I've always fought him with when it comes to games and ratings and shit. I don't know what the fuck. That sounds like my grandma. But I gotta say he was right on this, man. Julian was going in on this fucking game talking a bunch of shit about Anthem, and dude, you were.
I ain't
right.
giving him shit. Fuck him.
I gotta give him this. Nah, dude, this game. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, and look, I know there's gonna be patchwork. I know this game's gonna get better in 2 weeks, but that's the point is, look, Kingdom Hearts 3, and everyone complains about how long that shit took. That game was good the first fucking day. Kingdom Hearts 3 was amazing. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is fucking way better now, but it took a month or 2 months to get the fucking multiplayer. You know, and it's like, dude, just do it. Just fix it. Resident Evil 2, believe it or not, it's like, it's a good game. And there's a lot of things I hate about it, but the game's still the same. They didn't change shit. They didn't add a bunch of shit. It's like, no, Resident Evil 2 is fucking Resident Evil 2. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. It gets tons of points. The fact that something came out and it is what it is. You know, you gotta stop doing that. Like, imagine a car that doesn't have a fucking steering wheel. It's like, dude, give me the shit. Like, you know.
Yeah, but a car did take 5+ years to make. Like, I get 100%. I get your frustration, and the reason I'm not giving Julian shit is. What's up? Yeah, but designing and building are 2 different things, though. Like. The reason I'm not giving Julian anything is because he's basically like toting this is the worst fucking game of the year. I'm like, no, this isn't the worst fucking game of the year. This won't even be on my disappointing when we do the top worst of the game. This won't even be on the fucking list because it's not.
Well,
again,
it's 2019.
I mean, technically, yeah, can't this game even go on your list because it is 2019.
Well, sorry. What I meant is, sorry. What I meant is then when we do the worst of this year, because like I played a bunch of games that have come out this year, and this is not gonna be on the worst at all.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he told it as like the worst fucking thing ever. I'm like, when I played it, I'm like, no, this has some problems, and I hope that, like, again, I hope that this does the fucking No Man's Sky thing, which becomes an immediately better game. I don't know if it will, but like, I still enjoyed from what I played. It's just it has a lot of problems that really need to fucking get fixed. I just hope it lasts long enough for it to get fixed.
Yeah, man. But yeah, for me, if it was like an out of 10, I would get this a 3 out of 10. I know it's gonna get better. I'm just mad right now. Jet, how about you, Jet? What would you give this out of 10?
Let me play the fucking game out of 10.
Yeah. This suffers from Mega Man on PS1. It reminds me of Mega Man on PS1 so much, where it's like every time you walk, it's like you gotta read all this bullshit. Or fucking even like Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2. It's like it's fucking crazy. Alan, you be an official word on this, man. What'd you give this out of 10? Initial thoughts wise.
5 out of 10. Same thing as I gave Destiny 1.
Yeah,
perfectly average.
That's the biggest thing too. This game is trying to be Destiny, and Destiny doesn't want to be Destiny. It's like, dude, stop trying to be a bunch of other shit. It's like Mass Effect, Destiny, and fucking Monster Hunter World got together and made this fucked up baby. Like,
dude, it's like that fucking
shit at each other.
It's like that meme of the person copying someone else, but it says Warframe, Monster Hunter, and Destiny.
Yeah.
Like, and then Anthem. Like that's the best way to sum this game up. It's just it's a compilation of a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah, man. But it sucks. It sucks that this is a situation. But hey, when we actually do a review in about a month or something of the game, maybe we'll be talking all this good shit. But with that said, Mr. Ganja Guru, I know you're all like, dude, you motherfuckers talking about this nerdy shit. I want to get the fuck out. I want to go to sleep.
I just started hitting the. Oh, never mind. I just started hitting the old learning books, and just listen to you guys
The
conversation.
learning books.
The learning books, yeah, those innocent things that you get to read and learn from. Yeah, that.
Yeah, of course. No, we're going to get the fuck out of here, people. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching on Facebook. And thank you so much for watching on Twitch. I enjoy that shit. Thank you for the biddies, CJ. I haven't seen you a lot, man. Hopefully you hang out in the fucking rabbit with us or something eventually. Fox saying Zoo Books.
Zoo books.
But we're getting the fuck out of here. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Saturday, we're back. Midnight Chat Tag. We're going to talk about tons of shit. We're going to do some flex and chill as well. I got to make up for some of the shit that we missed out on yesterday. This is why tonight's show was so fucking long. But I'm getting the fuck out of here. Ganja, on that 3, and on that 2, and on that 1.
Attack
chat. Son of a bitch.
Ooh.
So sorry for arguing with you so much tonight, Al.
He deserved it.
Johnny Cash.
He's just such a sweet person.
Hope when I play Anthem tonight, it actually works.
Yeah, you want to play right now?
Maybe.
Let's go do
If
this.
it works.
Oh, yeah, I got it work. God damn it. I quit the show. It's my last episode.
Hands off, Venezuela.
Get out. What? Bye, guys. We love you.
No, we don't.
I love you guys.